This message is brought to you by W Energy. Are you a gamer, streamer, podcaster, content creator, just a gym nut? Looking for a boost of energy without the jitters or crash? Then W Energy is the way to go. No calories, no sugar, no fillers, no artificial colors. Just an energy drink packed with multiple vitamins and neurofactor. Go to www.w.gg to order your tub of W Energy now and use promo code ChaoticCulture1 to get 10% off your order. With that, let's get the show started.
You are now tuned in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast.
It's the KKP on your mother flipping airways. Hear the name ringing through the halls and the stairways. You were listening to a pod that can segue all the latest topics, guaranteed to fill your headspace. It's a safe place to voice your opinion. Say what you feel, just like you're a kid again. Kid to pro and friends, black as obsidian. Chaotic culture, that's the world we living in. So what's the word?
And good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast, the pod where chaos rules and black culture is supreme. The Chaotic Culture Podcast is brought to you by W Energy, the official energy sponsor of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. Use promo code ChaoticCulture1 to get 10% off any of your orders. This podcast will deep dive into modern black culture and how millennials and Gen Z can navigate the crazy parts, from finances, music, black business highlights, content creators, home ownership, HBCUs, sports, black nerdom, anime, wrestling, and so on. If it encompasses black culture, we are going to cover it. Live from the 7-5, I am the host and the creator of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. This is your boy, Ked the Pro, a.k.a. the Calculating Millennial, a.k.a. the Encore Presentation. Now, can I get an encore? Do you want more? A.k.a. Ked the Poet, Ked the Closer, Chaotic Ked, all that good shit. The 843 is me, but VA is where I stay. Always chaotic, never toxic most days. Back again, once again, with your favorite black culture highlights and black culture shenanigans. Now, if you joined us for last week's episode, of course, we did a music roundtable with the best female R&B groups. And I will say that my favorite did not end up winning, but they did come in second place. So definitely shout out to SWV. But if you were paying attention, of course, Destiny's Child was the eventual winner of that tournament. If you haven't checked out that episode, please be sure that you do so. It is now available on all digital service providers. To end off Women's History Month, we got 5 special guests in the building. Now, 2 of them have been here before, and 3 of them, this will be their first time. But collectively, they are a powerhouse in streaming. And who am I talking about? Well, of course, I'm talking about the Corner 5. Now, what we will do to introduce the ladies of the pod, we will introduce the 2 women who have been on this pod before, and then we will go into our new guest. So, first and foremost, we have to start off with the who should I start off with? Let me see. Eeny, meeny, miny. Simone. Simone will go ahead and introduce yourself, please, ma'am.
Oh God, I'm terrible with intros. Hi, my name is Simone. I am I am a cosplayer, writer, streamer, manga enthusiast. Ding.
I'm surprised that you didn't do your whole intro from Shougo High, but I mean,
child, that's so many AKAs.
It'd be a lot.
It do be a lot. Like
Too
they
much.
can hear it over at Shougo. Like, you know.
Hey, it is what it is. Now, again, for those who don't know, Simone and Courtney are both my co-hosts or co-instructors on the Shougo High Pod. So, of course, you know, I had to introduce them first. So, Courtney, again, this is your second time on the pod, so please go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Courtney. I am also a writer, variety streamer, I guess podcaster. Yeah, I just be outside.
Exactly.
That's all I got.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Coming to us for the first time, and actually down the street from where I'm at. I ain't gonna say the actual address because you ain't gonna find out mine either. But still, right around the corner from me, and also a well-known streamer now. I like to think so. She's been getting a lot of follows on through TikTok as well, and plays all the games that I play and could probably beat my ass in a lot of these fighting games, even though I think that I'm good at them. I've seen her play on like very hard, and I'm just like, well, damn, shit. So, coming to us for the first time, of course, is Kris Madarame, aka Kris. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hi everyone, my name is Kris, aka Kris Madarame, and yeah, I play on Twitch and I stream on TikTok as well. I may be starting on like Instagram or YouTube if TikTok goes down the drain because we don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I like anime, manga, K drama. I'm a horror fan. I love films and movies. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Kris. Thank you, Kris. Also joining us for the first time is I like to call her my favorite country girl. You may see me joke on the timeline where I say that she's with the Noops, but truthfully, I love this girl to death. She is funny, she's hilarious, and of course, she also streams on Twitch as well. They all do, but I definitely wanted to point this out that she is. If you've ever heard her talk, you'll see why we call her our favorite country girl or our favorite farm girl. This is, of course, Pfeiffer Rage, aka Fi. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
Howdy. Yeah, Farmhand Five, coined by Simone, so many names, but yeah, I enjoy streaming, cosplaying, anime, cartoons, comics, also horror, just a myriad of things. And I just love being with my people and doing things with my friends.
Thank you, thank you. And finally, our favorite horror enthusiast and your favorite night nurse, of course. For the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Sham, aka Shammy, coming to us. Sham, please go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hi, friends. Your favorite RN, registered nurse, real nigga. I got the windows down. I had to make sure that man didn't see me say that. I am One Punch Sham on just about everywhere. Horror girly, variety streamer. Not great at it, but I have a good time. I'm gonna tell you a little joke, won't tell you a lie. I'm gonna tell you a lot of jokes, and I'm gonna say stuff that I probably shouldn't be saying. So if you enjoy the chaos, come follow me on the Twitters.
And that's why we have you on this pod. So, for everyone else, if you're not familiar with these five, again, collectively they are known as the Corner Five. I'll let them tell the backstory on how that came to be. But from what we know, of course, there is a little section of a friend of theirs Discord called the Corner, or the Sim Corner to be more specific, and they can tell you how they all got up and met and how they all became the Corner Five. If anybody wants to drop that story on us while we still have time.
Goodness, where do we begin? Where do we begin?
Yeah, I'm like, we'll be here for a while. Like,
I mean, TLDR, Paris, one of our mutuals, created a BL Discord, and it ended up having like a subcategory called the Simp Corner, and all of us just so happened to be a part of that. And I think, from there it just spawned into like a mini friend group. Also, I think like Sham is kind of the glue to all of that. Because I was cool with Sham first, and Sham is childhood friends with Kris, and she was friends with Fi already. So I think it was like, we kind of just came together under similar accords.
When you got friends and they all kind of like the same stuff, but they all in a different friend group, you're like, let's pull this in together. That's literally what happened. We were like, oh, you like that? You like that too? You like that man? Come on over here. Let's go have fun. And then we were like, oh, let's go play video games. And then it was like, let's be best friends. And that's literally how it started.
Yeah, I
remember
streaming
together too.
Yeah, because I was just going to jump in and say that it was Sham and Courtney were streaming before me, Simone, and Kris were. And then me and Simone started, and Kris jumped in as well. And I was just like, we're all streaming. We're all cool. Like, let's just do a group stream together. And then that's how like the first block party happened. And then from there, I think it was when we decided that we wanted to keep this going and that we really enjoyed each other's company and doing things together. So I really think that's how all that started.
The way Fi had the nerve to be nervous asking us.
Yeah,
the nerve.
I remember when Fi
crazy.
first told me the story. She was like, yeah, I think we should all like do a stream together. And she was so nervous to like ask, and I was like, "Girl, just ask." She was like, "Simone, create the group chat," because I guess I had everyone's number, so I was just like, "All right." I don't even know if I ever made the group chat, honestly.
No, it was me.
Yeah, there you go. I was like, "Go and ask Courtney for her number. Go ask." Like, come on.
Because at that point,
yourself.
Courtney and I were just strictly DMs and timeline, and Kris too. So I was like, Simone was really the only one that had everybody's like digits. So I'm like, okay, go ahead and start the group chat. Let them know. She's like, no, warming up. I'm like, all right, fine. So
warming up is crazy.
I'm glad.
Literally, because I was like, girl, please. Like, they're not gonna, the worst they can say is no. Like,
don't nobody like rejection, child.
You're right. You're right.
You're right, though.
You're right.
I get it, though. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, if it wasn't for that first group stream together like this, we would not be sitting here, and we would not have, you know, like this group called the Corner Five. And it was so much fun, and it felt like we were just hanging out because we're all just like such good friends. It felt like we were just hanging out and having a good time, and it was really interesting and cool to see that people enjoyed watching us and listening
For
to
6
what
hours.
we had. Yeah. I mean, it was so cool. I mean, we were just really just hanging out. And it was like people just kind of had a peek into that to see like who we are and what we do and how we interact, because we weren't sure if some people thought we did this like for show. And we're like, no, like we are legit friends, and we talk every day, and we talk about everything, like the most private things. Like, we are so close. So it's really fun to be able to do this with them.
And the fun thing too, the crazy thing is like we don't even plan for it to be 6 hours. Like, it's not like we like go into it like, yeah, we need to have a 6-hour stream. That's literally just how it ends up happening, because we enjoy each other's company.
Side conversations. Yeah.
I think that's really important that you have such a friendship and a bond that, you know, things happen to coincide the way that they do. Like, when looking at it from a distance, of course, I knew that you girls were close with each other, but when you see how well that you interact with each other, when we see how much you guys love each other, it's like it comes natural to have that runtime go the distance the way that it is. It's like a 6-hour stream is crazy, but because y'all do so much together and talk you know, about everything together, it's like it makes sense. So
it's organic.
Yeah, very, very much organic. So I want to be the first to tell y'all that I appreciate all that y'all do with your block parties, and just anytime that you guys host a stream. I know that I can't be in every single stream every single time, but I personally pop my head in the door a few times throughout the week, like, oh, who's streaming? Oh, what's up? Stay for a couple minutes, go to somebody else. And I know that you guys have a staggered schedule, so it does make it easier. But I personally wanted to give you girls your flowers before we really got started, because you all deserve it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, kid.
And any support is like appreciated. So even if you can just pop in, or like even if you're lurking, like that all it all matters. It all counts, and we appreciate everything.
Absolutely. So before we actually get the episode kicked off for real, what we normally have at the beginning of each episode is a mental health check. Now, you are not required to share if you choose not to. I'm not going to hold that against you. If you've got something going on that you don't want to talk about, please, by all means, do not share. I personally just like to share because I want people to know that, you know, it's okay to be okay and it's okay to not be okay. And in my personal life, I don't share a lot on the pod, but I do share enough to let people know that, hey, this is what I'm doing to make sure that I'm in the correct space. Right now, I am between jobs, so it's a different adjustment for me. And looking for a job with a whole ass secondary degree, it has really been a struggle, because it's like, dang, you know, you got a whole ass MBA and you still are struggling to find a job. And it's not that you're not qualified. It's just, you know, you're trying to talk to recruiters, you're trying to talk to other people, and yet they, for some reason or another, reject you. They won't even give you that first chance. And so I'm like, I had to do more research, obviously, but I did, you know, tap in with my frat, and I tapped in with some of my brothers from the drum line, and I gave them my resume. So the only thing that I can do is cross my fingers and, you know, hope for the best, because at this point, you know, it is what it is. And I said that if I have to make adjustments, as far as maybe go back home to South Carolina for a little bit just to, you know, get my life readjusted, I don't mind doing that. I would like to avoid that, but if push comes to shove, you know, it is what it is. But that's kind of what I'm going through right now. So just sharing a little bit about my mental health is, and does anybody else, or would anybody else like to share?
I don't mind because actually, just to kind of piggyback off what you were saying, Ked, I'm kind of going through that same thing with the whole job thing. I'm like literally trying to switch careers as well. I have like a master's in education, and I'm now getting into UX. I'm trying to get into user experience. And yeah, I kind of had that same experience where I've been applying to places and they're all saying no. So I'm also trying to, get that together. So yeah, I just got my UX design certificate. So I'm hoping that that works out.
Let's go. Let's
Thank
go.
you. Yeah, it's been a lot of work, but so I'm excited for that. And then like mentally, I'm doing okay. I don't mind sharing this. I just started back on some medication to help me out, some happy pills, if you will.
Praise be.
Yes,
Let's
yes,
go.
truly. I needed it. I felt like it was time. So I'm kind of going through that adjustment period. It's gonna be rough. But I'm gonna get through it. So
And we got you. We're
And
here
we
for
got you.
We got you.
Exactly.
Got
Yeah,
you.
Thank
yeah.
you.
You're not
Thank
alone.
you.
Every version of you is loved.
Thanks,
Exactly.
guys. Thank you.
I want y'all to know I'm trying
Um,
real hard not to speak in songs. I almost started singing "You're Not Alone" by Michael Jackson. I'm trying real hard. I'm trying
No,
real
That
hard.
is
by all
what
means,
I's known for.
if you got to do it, we could use a laugh, like for real, for real. So
Right.
if you got to do it,
She can't help herself.
She getting you drunk, and then it's like, all right, fine, turn it off. If
The
I could
jukebox.
please, if I could pick back on what specifically one thing Kid said, y'all know the things that are going on with me. Most likely, if you follow me, I'm very open about it. But I'm in the process of moving back home, and that's not something you would think you would necessarily have to do in your 30s. Especially like if you've done, some of the things that people, I guess, consider like success, like having an
hello.
established career, went graduated college twice, like bought my house, all the things like that, and then you don't ever plan to get sick, and that's not something you can really avoid. And for me to get the rest that I need and the reset that I need, it's necessary for me to go back home. And there's a lot of shame attached to that shouldn't be there. But knowing that it shouldn't be there doesn't mean you don't feel it. And trying to make yourself feel like you haven't failed. And I know I haven't, but it's hard to work through. So just trying to being happy that I have a soft place to land when life happens, but also being upset that I even have to use it. So it's a little bit of mourning there, but it's also very, very grateful. So yeah.
Right. Well, I guess because I am someone that moved abroad and then had to come back to the States and live with my mother. Where she lives, I don't consider home, so I usually don't say home, but like I moved back in with my mom, and I can assure both of you that the only thing that you'll probably sacrifice in the beginning is your mental health because your parents you have to raise them too now. But other than that, like I am very grateful and happy that, 2 years later, I finally come to that conclusion. Because you're blessed to have somewhere to even go. The fact that you can take a step back, take a rest, or regroup and figure things out is definitely a blessing. I also was someone who felt like it was going to be a step back, or I did mourn the life that I thought I was going to live. But if you guys allow yourself to feel the feelings of that mourning, one, but two, even if it feels like failure and it's not, if you have to feel that, just feel that. Because unfortunately, you're going to just keep lying to yourself, and that's going to take longer time. So trust me on that. But mentally, I'm doing okay. I don't even know what I feel. I think I've said this on the timeline and to a few of you guys, but I feel overwhelmed and understimulated. So I have a lot of stuff that I want to do. I didn't even say what I do on stream or what my name is, but none of my friends watch anime on Twitter, trying to make it more of a thing. and I have a lot of stuff that I want to do, but I don't feel mentally inspired or creatively inspired to do it. So I'm just like literally hanging out, and I don't know how much longer I can do that. But other than that, I've been on happy pills, so I'm good. But yeah, that's all I got.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
At all.
It feels like the theme right now is kind of like adapting to like new realities and transition and change, and just to go along with that, I was recently awarded a new position at my job, which is amazing. It's something that I worked really hard for, but the transition itself has been very taxing on me emotionally, mentally, physically, in a lot of ways, because it involves like moving people into homes. So yeah, it's just the weight feels different than when I was doing direct client service, which I didn't expect. So trying to hold space for the excitement of the growth that I've been able to see in my career, but also the new responsibilities and new heaviness of it all. I'm just trying to balance it. So I'm looking forward to that resiliency kicking in. But other than that, I'm doing really well. And I'm just thankful to be here with you all and talk with everybody.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
Good.
I guess, well, I'm last. I'm doing pretty well. I just finished streaming, so I was like, it was a good stream and I had fun. So I was I guess I'm still on the high of that. But I've been reflecting, and what I do for work, I am basically like a freelancer of sorts, or a contractor. And I realize I need a little bit more like stability, because with contracting means I don't get benefits. And I've been like going back and forth about like looking for another job and how the job market is. It's like kind of scary, but I think I'm ready to kind of like make the step, even though I enjoy what I do and the freedom that it gives me. If I don't get put on like at a full-time basis, is I kind of just like I need benefits, I need health insurance. I'm not getting any younger, and I've been seeing a lot of stories with, unfortunately, like Black women like passing away from like different forms of like cancer and all this other stuff. Like I'm in the space now where I'm trying to like just get better with my health. And I need to be on top of my appointments. Like I'm trying to eat better. Shout out to Courtney she was my partner.
She
said it yesterday on the pod. Yesterday on the pod. She said
been eating snacks.
As I hold a gin and juice in hand, hey baby, I tried my best.
Yeah, she was with me for 17 days, and she's still
did 17 days.
Yeah,
and I'm proud of y'all.
Also, it's not I do whole 30s all the time.
Yeah.
It just was like I had told Simone, because we had been talking about it, right? And I told Simone, I was like, well, look into the whole 30. Like, here's what it is. And she was like, okay, cool, I'm down. And I was like, I'll do it with you, because I know it's hard to do on your own. And but then I was like, shit, I forgot that I'm going out of town for like 2 weeks. And I know I'm gonna be drinking. I know I'm gonna be eating. She's like, do you want to wait till April? And I said, no, because I knew if I would have said, let's wait until April, neither one of us would have did it. And I and I knew that she just needed someone to start with her, because once you get past the 2-week mark, it's honestly kind of easy. And so I was like, as long as I can get my sis to stay firm, and I've been pushing her to stay firm, like, don't cheat, don't be like me, like, you can do it. Because once you do it the first time, it feels really, really good, and you feel like you've accomplished so much because you cut out shit that you didn't think that you could like not do.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds crazy, because it's like, yeah, I'm addicted to food and sugar and alcohol, whatever, but it's like you really think that you can't do these things, and now you look at yourself a little different in terms of like, damn, I was eating whole globs of cheese, like that's nuts. You know what I mean?
So that's exactly how I feel. I needed a reset, because I was out here wilding, and I was like, okay, so let's kind of scale back a little bit. And so I'm really proud of you for at least like sticking it out till the whole 30 days. Yeah, no, it's not easy at all, and I'm proud of myself too. And I was just I was talking to my friend, and she was like, girl, your face looks a little bit skinnier. And I was like, for real?
Ken did on stream.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
so Fi
he
had
does.
told me, and then I was like, let me talk to. I was like, I had called my friend back, and she was like, girl, she's like, I wanted to tell you, but people feel funny about like
Yeah.
commenting on weight.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, girl, tell me. And then like we were just having a conversation about like health and all this other stuff. So like, yeah, I'm proud of myself. So I'm just like in this space of just like trying to get better and feel better. And like Courtney said, like sometimes I feel like I am creatively like understimulated at times, or like I'm just, I could be doing so much more, but I'm just not doing it. But I'm pushing through. And me and Kris, we spoke about this. Like I'm gonna push through and just try to be a better creator and not be so lazy. So like it's a period of transition. Like this is the theme of, I think, for all of us, just trying to figure it out.
Is it laziness or is it, like imposter syndrome?
It could be both.
The latter.
Because Simone is so
things
talented.
can be exactly multiple things can be true,
talented.
but yeah, I think we gotta.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We were talking about that, and I'm like, Simone, I'm like, girl, you better dig in that bag because you are so multifaceted. Like, dig in that bag. I need to see more fashion from you.
Hello,
I'm so serious. I need to see more of the fashion streams, more of the cosplay, more of the fabrication. Because let me tell you, Miss Bomb Devil at DreamCon, she made that.
Wow. That cosplay was fantastic. Do you
3D print, bitch?
And that's what I'm saying. So Simone, we gonna get on you about that. Don't worry,
bad, Mama K.
I ain't forget.
I told y'all, cussing is fine.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I think
Thank you
for a lot
guys.
of us
Thank
too,
you.
we were talking about transition, and it's like when we first started, like we just wanted to just like constantly put stuff out, just to like so people could get to know us, get to know our personality, like build that community. And I feel like for the most part, all of us have gotten there. Honestly, all of it. We've all gotten there. Everybody has like their little niche thing, their little pocket. And it's like now we have the time to like kind of slow down and like tailor the experience that we want to have streaming, go into like our other interests, do the things that we want to do. So it's like sometimes it feels like I don't want to do anything and it's too much going on and I want to do so much and it's hard for me to take that first step. But it's like sometimes it's like I can also slow down. Like we get on ourselves a lot when it comes to content, and we're harder on ourselves than the people that watch us are. Like we'd be like, I don't want to cancel the stream today, and they'd be like, girl, go to sleep.
Girl, go to
Hello,
bed.
go to bed.
Right, take
go
that break.
relax.
Take the whole week off.
I remember telling Kris, girl, take the month.
Right. And guess what I did?
And she did it.
The month, a
And
month
guess
and a
who
half,
was
maybe.
back the month in the day, the next day? Them people up in there. Let me keep playing.
Yep, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Like, and you have to reset the mind, right? Like your brain is a literal computer, and that shit wears down. Like, and even if you feel like you're not doing something, you're doing everything. So be easy on yourself.
As a nigga whose body sat them down, and I didn't get to sit down, and I was getting warning signs and got sat. And now I got this little disabled parking sticker in the front of which is a perk.
Hello.
Now. And nobody say sit down, go and sit down, or you want to be in that hospital gown with your butt flapping in the back.
Oh no!
Hey,
Lord have mercy.
The description is crazy.
No, because I
See,
here.
Kid,
Because it is
$10.
important.
Is that still on the
I'm still not surprised yet. It's still on the line.
I'm like, this is peak Sham. This is peak us. Like this is,
By the way, Ked said that he would pay, was it Sham or us, by the way?
If he
I think it's just Sham.
Oh, okay. He said he would pay Sham $10 if he can be shocked. There was something said at the beginning of the stream, and he was shocked. I forgot what it was. I started to say something, but you're lucky I forgot.
What was it?
I forgot.
Oh, it was Fi maybe singing when I came in.
I don't
know, but that's no, part for Fi.
Nah, yeah, I expect that.
It was something. No, yeah, it was something else. But okay,
we gonna circle back around.
You wait, Ken. Right,
we're gonna
roll
play
the clip.
Yeah, we're gonna play it back.
Somebody getting a $10 slushie.
Right,
girl.
That gift card.
$10 slushie.
Yeah, gift card.
But you know what? Hey, thank you for holding me to that. Because again, if there's a moment that I'm completely surprised, I will be like, you know what? That there it is. So, but ladies, I thank you for sharing what has been going on in your lives lately. And as you have all said this is a period of transition for all of us. So I just hope that we're able to get through this transition together, and that we will be able to meet our next goals. And again, please be easy on yourself, and to my audience as well, please be easy on yourself. Don't stress yourself out too much when you're doing something, whether it's something you love or something you don't love. I left my job because it was not being easy on me for multiple reasons. And I said I had to get out of here. There is no way that I was able to bounce back correctly after losing two of my cousins and my grandmother and my mentor. I was not in a good space. And it didn't help that my head of the department pretty much cheated me out of getting promoted. So it was like, yeah, it's time to go at that point. So again, ladies, thank you for sharing that information with me. Our first act, because it is Women's History Month, we will be talking about women who inspire you, whether it's to create or whether it's just living or in anything. So I do have a couple of questions here, and of course, we can always go off on, tangents, or if we need to piggyback or follow up to these questions, of course, we will. But I do wanted to ask you, ladies, a few of the questions here. So each one of you can answer the question in your own way. Please feel free to. It is not limited to just one person that the question pertains to. So our first question, of course, is which woman or women continues to inspire you in your personal life?
Do you want to go in order of how we're displayed?
Sure. So
Would
we
that
can
be
start with
easy?
Kris.
Yeah.
Okay, you say you want to start with me?
Yeah, we can start with you.
Okay. So this is going to sound really funny, actually, because this isn't something that I talk about, but I would have to say, as far as inspiring me to create, I would say back in 2009, when I graduated high school, it was when YouTube was starting to become like a really big thing. And especially the beauty gurus and the beauty YouTubers. And there was one beauty YouTuber in particular. Her name was Dulce Candy 87. She was a Latina. She was just, a girl at home doing her makeup, and she was also in the military. And I remember thinking, wow, like she's so pretty and she's so strong and she's all of these things. And I started making YouTube videos as well. I did makeup on YouTube for a while, and it went
Sweet
pretty
girl.
well. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've done so many things.
wow.
People joke and
Yes.
say, like, I've lived 1,000 lives, and I kind of have. But I made videos on YouTube. I got to like 500 subscribers, but then I joined the military, and it went downhill.
Okay.
Yeah, it went downhill. I came back and I actually tried again. I tried again for a little bit under a different name. It was okay, but then I decided not to do it, So I would say that that's actually where it started, where I got comfortable being in front of a camera. And then like I had a small business as well and stuff, and now I stream. So just in general, like I would say Dulce Candy 87 and people like her name was Sunkiss Alba. She was like a hair beauty guru on YouTube. And I honestly have to say I kind of owe a little bit of like me being comfortable with creating and being in front of a camera to them, like the YouTubers that started out like in 2009, and Jackie Aina, like people like that. But in regular life, my mother is a huge inspiration, and my friends, the Corner Five, they inspire me deeply. We're all so different, but we're also similar. We're also creative in our own ways, and yeah, a lot of people inspire me.
Shammy.
Hey, okay. I was like, do I pause? Okay, so of course I don't want to be like the people in the room with me, but no, for real, the people in the room with me. Like when it comes to like when I specifically started streaming, the biggest people that got me started was honestly Kai, Black Supreme Kai, Denny Von Doom, and Court. And I think Denny had been bringing up to me for like a year before I even started streaming. And then Kai was kind of like helping me like figure out how to set things up and stuff. And Court, I was like, Court, I'm nervous. And she was like, girl, do it. We'll do it at the same time. And lo and behold, we said, let's turn these computers on. And we didn't know what was going on. I remember Court texting me. It was the funniest thing in the world. She texted me one day, was like, these games really be costing this much? Like, we were like, we don't know what we're doing in here. But it's like, when it comes to the people that got me started, like, that like really, that's where I got my start from. That's what really pushed me to do it. It was them. And then when it comes to people that keep me going, um the corner five, because I like how one of my favorite things about groups is that everybody doesn't have to think the same. Everybody doesn't have to do things the same way. Everybody brings something to the table, and then it all comes together. And it's not a lot of times that you see, I think I was talking to Fi about it, where you see Black women that play video games, that stream together and stuff like that. And it really feels like it just like the block party just feel like we on the phone and y'all just happen to be watching it. Like, it doesn't feel like we put work into it, but it doesn't feel like work. And I think a lot of times when it comes to like content creation, a lot of people crash out because it starts to become work. And even though it's like a business side to it, like sometimes you can lose yourself in trying to like make sure you're making your like the numbers. How many followers do I have? Am I putting out enough? And you kind of start to lose the fun in it. And they remind me not to lose the fun in it. When I come in all of their streams, like, they are legit having a good time. And that just, I don't know, when the imposter syndrome kicks in and you start getting self-conscious, just popping into like one of my friends' streams, like Soleil, like any of those people, Kendra, other Kendra, like just popping in and seeing people have fun and have joy and knowing that it's not all about the metrics and how things look, but just somebody having fun and sharing their space with you. That helps me keep going. And when it comes to like people that like I watch the most now, honestly, I don't know if y'all watch I love me some Berleezy, but his sister Brittany is somebody that like I watch her streams as soon as they pop up, because she's so funny. Like, I love goofy people. I love a goofy nigga, like, because I'm goofy. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up in here and I'm going to act nonsensical. And she shows up as herself every time, and she literally just has fun. And if she don't like the game, she says, I don't like it, and I don't want to play this no more. And don't. And it's just, it's always nice to see people that just, they are who they are consistently 100% all of the time. And they just do it because it's fun. And that's what I like about streaming. That's what keeps me going. And those are the people like I look to when it comes to like content and stuff.
I also would really quickly like to give Sham her props as well and say that Sham inspired me. I forgot to mention that. I'm so sorry. Yes, Sham, because remember you invited me on your stream to play Evil
Oh,
Dead?
the Evil Dead!
That was before I streamed. She asked me if I wanted to play the Evil Dead with her and our other friends, with Fi and Mo and damn, I can't think of her name. Thank you. I'm so sorry. If you're listening, I'm sorry. I love you. And I'm foggy. I'm a little foggy. Yeah, and I had so much fun. And it was after that, actually. It was after that I said, you know what? I could stream. Like, I had a lot of fun. So Sham also inspired me for sure to start streaming.
Black women in
love it.
streaming.
Black women in STEM.
Love to see it.
I hate to be again that girl, like, because I tried to think about this even when we had the question sent to us. There's so many Black women who inspire me to create. But I would mainly say, like, I feel I came up with my anime Twitter in, I think, 2000, I don't know, 2 or something like that. And I had no intentions on it becoming what it's become. And I would say that, organically, I've been able to foster a community of Black women, whether it be for simping or streaming or gaming or whatever. And I would say that everything that I do is for Black women. So I would say that they inspire me to continue to create, because this was not something that I had on my bingo card for life. And I would say, obviously, the women in this room, they, like Kris said, we're all different, but we're similar. And I feel like they allow me to bounce ideas off of them, either individually or together as a group. So the beautiful thing is in having like a friend group is that you can text each other separately and have like separate conversations. And I tend to do that with each of them, whether or not it's like puppy videos or like, you know, look at this nigga or something like that. It's just, it ends up being, you know, a place where I feel comfortable enough to even say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing. Cause honestly, like I don't realistically want to be a content creator. I've been fighting it for a long time. But I've also gotten to the point where I've been working since I was 14. I'm tired of managing people. I'm just tired. And so it was like, okay, how can I get this bread off of me just being me? And unfortunately, it's content creation. So I would say, yeah, just like the Black women in, I would say even in our circles, like, you know, the girls that get it, right? So it's like, you know, we have our own kind of set community outside of communities too. But I would say like the Black women who have been very supportive of me, who have like followed me through the beginning of me even just starting like a Twitter into becoming a streamer, like they're the ones that keep me going.
Can I say one thing?
Please.
Courtney,
Sure.
you were talking about dogs. There was a lady in a car next to me with this dog, and I said, if I take a picture, I'm gonna mess this whole stream up. And I was literally sweating not to send you this video of this dog. He was looking directly at me like, I want you to say hi to me. And I was like, I want you to video. He's so cute. But literally, that's all we do all day.
Yeah, don't mess up the pod.
Don't mess this up
for me.
You would have seen Sham's name disappear from the little recording.
Like, where's
where did
Sham?
Sham go? We'll be
And
right
then
back after these
nobody
Nobody
messages.
would have known what happened but Courtney. I'd be like, Courtney,
Right. And then cut to me being like, oh my God, look at these. And you'd be like, okay, but Sham's not on the pod.
Sham's not in here. Like, where she went?
in the lobby on a couch.
Right. Bye.
Yeah, I have a similar like experience to Kris, to where I was heavy on YouTube. I remember when I was first going natural, so reverting from relaxing my hair, I was like desperate to figure out like what I could do with it. So I was watching girls like Smartista Beauty, shout out to Bree Hall, Minnie Marley, Black women like them, and but but back then was super heavy into Marvel. So I actually started doing MCU reviews. I was reviewing like Age of Ultron around that time. That's when that came out. So they inspired me to like make videos. I'm like, I can do this. Like I'm not privy on like how to do it with my hair just yet, but I can make things that I'm loving right now, which was Marvel, Pretty Little Liars, anime. So but then that imposter syndrome kicked in and I stopped. I always think about like what would have happened if I would have kept going.
No, same.
Because this is like, you know, YouTube's just really taken off. But anyway, we're here now and I'm content with where I am. As far as like other areas, I think about, I'm a social worker. So there's a lot of professors, women that I work with that just mean the world to me and that like make me brave in a space where it can be hard to do so. And I'm just so thankful for them. And then like everyone else says, like truly these ladies have supported me like none other and like make me want to keep going and go harder. So I'm appreciative for every single one of you all and I love you. And yeah, that's me.
How do I follow this up? Love you, Sai.
We're about to be crying.
Oh, bro, I love
As
it.
always.
As always. I guess for me, like Kris, I did start out like I used to be a fashion and beauty blogger. When that was the thing to do. So like the Jackie Inas, Desi Perkins, she's a Latina, but like all that was like all very like inspiring to me. Even like the Black fashion influencers, that's what they're called now. All of them like inspired me to kind of like get into creation because I after I graduated from college the first time with my undergrad, I couldn't really find a job within like I wanted to work for a magazine, and at the time like blogging was kind of like the thing to do. So I was like, oh, I could like hone my skills and all this other stuff. I wasn't consistent because of course imposter syndrome, and I was like making excuses about it like, oh, this is not good enough, this outfit's trash, all this other stuff. And then I moved to pursue my graduate degree in journalism, but I wanted to try broadcast. And I would say like my professor, she really kind of like instilled in me, another Black woman, like really instilled in me like, you can do this, like don't be shy. She kind of like got me out of my shell a little bit. So she's an inspiration to me. My mom, like, was such a hardworking woman. She went to school when I was younger and worked 2 jobs. So and she didn't really have to, but like, she had her 9 to 5, and then she was a nurse on the weekends and that's what she went to school for. And it's like she was able to juggle all these things. A big inspiration to me. Of course, the ladies here for pushing me all the time to like kind of get out of my head, and just my friends outside of this for telling me and supporting me in everything that I do. Kayla, Renegatus, like I look up to her as an inspiration, especially for cosplays. Like I am, I guess, a little anal a bit. Like I try to be a perfectionist, and sometimes that stops me, but like I just, just how she could just like create things is so inspiring. Dana as well. I just look to them for like they're so talented, and I'm like, well, how can I take this to like the next level? So yeah. And for streamers like Cleopatra Jones, Kiwi on the Sticks, like amazing talented Black women who always kind of like they're variety streamers, but they kind of like step it up, and it makes me think about like, well, how can I like step up my production game and like, think outside the box for like certain things. So yeah,
It's
a lot of
crazy
Black
how like
women.
it's crazy how Simone and I's story is so similar to each other.
It's a lot of overlaps in here.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's crazy.
And this is why we
I
click.
went to college where she went to her graduate degree. And like we both were in fashion, we both blogged. Yeah. So it's really interesting and like cool to see all the overlap with everybody. And it just kind of reminds you that the world is so fucking small.
Hello?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy because like I'm from New York, born and raised, and so Courtney lived in New York, she's born and raised too, and I'm like, it's kind of crazy how we like could have ran into each other, and we probably could have, who knows, child, and didn't know. Like
you're right, we could have, but I also have to think about too, like I'm just a couple years
just
older,
a little bit
than
older,
you. Yeah. So we probably just missed each other by degrees of separation. Yeah, exactly.
The important thing is that you have all met now. And
exactly.
Yeah, and look what y'all have created with each other. So that has been so inspiring to hear. And to hear each and every one of you ladies' story so far is really just, I can't really describe it. I'm just loving everything that I'm hearing. That I'm just gonna put it as simple as I can. Now, are there any famous people, that could be celebrities, authors, politicians, or someone in history, that you draw inspiration from?
Oh,
damn.
And that's a good question.
I like how we
That
were
is
like,
a good question.
I'm gonna hold you, not
history.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I will say like Bell Hooks is probably one of my biggest inspirations just in life. Like I don't even write in all caps anymore. Like that's how much she influences me as a writer. And just as a Black woman, period, and navigating just space. So the book of essays that I'm writing is a lot of my resources are from her. So I would say she inspires me to create, but not on a like social media level. I don't really have any I don't really have any celebrities that inspire me to create anything outside of like, girl, I don't want to be that.
If I can say one, she's not a celebrity, but like I know y'all know I lost my aunt earlier this year. And my aunt, if you ever heard me talk about my aunt that's really funny, it was her. Like when I be saying anything, I get that from her. And my aunt, she actually had, when it comes to, living with disabilities, my aunt had diabetes, and she ended up having I think it was a BKA, a below the knee amputation that ended up being above the knee. She had a lot of surgeries, used a wheelchair, and she, like, me, I'm gonna make a joke out of anything, even MS, but and it's not always appropriate. But if it's somebody that inspired me to just keep going and keep moving forward, and people love to say, Black women got to be strong all the time. People applaud your strength, but on the flip side, it's like, can we have space to not be strong all the time? Like, why is that like our default setting? That's what we have to be all the time. We get exhausted. And she was strong, but she was also very vulnerable sometimes. She let people know when stuff wasn't, even if she was joking, when she wasn't okay. And just to see somebody operate in a world where she has a significant disability and still be able to be herself and not let that take away. So like sometimes when it comes to illness, it comes to disability, she taught me how to say that this is a part of me, but this is not everything that I am. But it's okay to talk about, or okay to vocalize, especially to the people around me, where I struggle at, so that they can be there for me. And that's just, and then do it with humor, and do it with saying anything and acting crazy and popping willies in her wheelchair at the wedding. So if it's somebody that like actually really inspired me in my life, it would be my auntie. That's why I took her passing so hard. Just because, especially in the last year, she really inspired me a lot.
That was beautiful, Shammy.
Yay.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't know what to say.
I can't say that there's anyone that I like, a celebrity that I look to that inspires me to create, but I will say that I really appreciate Issa Rae. Like, I feel like she really
Yes,
inspires people to like be herself, like in any setting. And I also just really appreciate too how she was really advocating for like the people around you, beside you, is who you really need to be looking to and looking towards. Not, like, that's just going to help you grow. And that's, again, speaks true to what we see right now with us in the Corner Five. So, and there's other women that's creating space within our community. So yeah.
Be awkward and proud.
Exactly. I mean, I don't really have anyone really. Maybe
Girl,
like,
they don't make us list like they used to.
Maybe it's very like cliche, but I'm probably gonna say like Beyonce. Like, she just works.
Oh,
I mean, everyone says that, but like, listen, when I saw that Renaissance, was it the movie that she had?
Oh,
like,
God.
it's the fact that like at her age, the way that she works, her work ethic, that's like inspiring to me. Like, she wears so many hats.
Had me in a chokehold.
Homecoming too, yes. Like, she's so dedicated to her craft, and she celebrates Blackness. I just love that so much, because it's like, damn, I know people say like, you have 24 hours in a day, like what would Beyonce do? And it's very toxic when people say that, but it's kind of like, you like, she works so hard, and it's like, I want to be that dedicated to my craft and like be an expert and like excel the way that she has, and the way that she like makes an impact. And then I'm probably gonna say also like Megan Thee Stallion. That's my girl.
I love her.
And the fact that she's just so like open, and she's just herself, like driving the boat, all this other stuff. Like, I never used to shy away from being open about my love for anime, but like, I got even more ignorant about it after, like, because she's so like out there about it. That's why it blows me when like niggas want to question her, and it's like, she's not new to
question
this.
everything.
They want to question everything. If I can piggyback on Renaissance, it was a moment where somebody told Beyonce was something that she couldn't do. Yes. And she said, "You can do it. I looked it up already." They were like,
yeah, they be trying her, like trying to question her, and it's just like, no, like, yeah, that's the type of confidence that I want to be as well. Like, not second guessing yourself and your choices, because you get so many people that are around you, not anyone in this group, but like, you get people sometimes wanting to like make you second guess like what you're doing. If you say something, I'm like, the sky is red, and they're like, no, it's really like yellow, and this is why, and it's like, hold on. No, like,
what did I say?
What did I say? Exactly. I said what I said. No LOLs. Yeah. So.
No LOLs. I like that.
I can't think of anyone either. I know I'm the only one who hasn't said anything yet. I'm definitely drawing a blank. As soon as you said a celebrity that inspires you, my brain immediately went. So when I was little, I wanted to be a singer, actually. And so my brain immediately went to Selena Quintanilla, because when I was little, I used to watch Selena with J-Lo, like nonstop every single day. Like I specifically remember grabbing the little attachment on our vacuum back in the 90s and using it as a microphone. And I would like sing along, I would dance. Like I wanted that so badly. Clearly I did not go that route, of course. But it's just, so that was where my brain first went. But I'm like, we're being serious here. So,
but that's serious.
It is serious. Like, girl,
baby,
please.
like I had pin curls in my hair every special occasion. Like Selena was my girl. Like, I love that, Kris.
Be her.
I read the book.
Yeah, like I wanted to be her. Oh, and you know what too? Like, so I taught ESL at a certain point in my life as well. And I owe that, like Spanish was a language I wanted to learn because of Selena. And I took Spanish from 2nd grade all the way up, like, past high school and stuff like that. So she really, really inspired me just from the way she was little. She worked hard. And I mean, unfortunately, her life was cut short, of course, but like I think about her all the time. The minute I hear a celebrity and inspiration paired together, I think of Selena Quintanilla every time. Selena Quintanilla Perez, to be specific.
Hello?
My bad.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Let him in. Yeah, no,
Right.
Kris, I think that's actually awesome. And
Thanks.
because like my girl was a fashionista.
Yeah.
She could
And
sing.
he was.
Made her own little like
she
outfits.
was everything.
She was every fucking thing.
Yeah.
No,
She
like,
was
seriously,
incredible
I get
to me, and the way that she carried herself and the way that she persevered, and she said, you know what, no, I can do this, I can do that too, and I can do that. She said, I'm gonna be a singer, a mother. She wanted to be a mom, and she was, I can be a fashion designer. Like, it's just, she was just so inspiring. She was the whole package to me.
Yep,
she is.
Yeah,
and was.
absolutely.
I do not disagree at all.
That lady. She got a documentary out.
Oh, she do.
No, we ain't paying attention.
Oh yeah, no.
On Peacock.
Hell no.
Yeah, no. Yep, Yolanda. Yeah.
When I tell you they on her head when she come up out that place,
hello,
baby.
They treat
that out there too.
She better have security.
When I saw it was like a recent baby, it was like a little, I want to say that baby was maybe like 5, and they had that pinata of that lady up there. I said, this is
I saw that video. Yes,
she was tearing that pinata up too. I said, this is a 5-year-old. She don't know nothing about that. They said, we on your head, we on your top. As soon as you come up out of the building.
Exactly.
Word. All right, ladies. Next question. Are there any women in your community or just maybe who you know personally who challenge you from a healthy competition standpoint? And if not, how do you find ways to challenge yourself?
So I would say, and you know what? I think this is a great question because there may be people who wonder about this. So as far as healthy competition, yeah, y'all know where I'm going with this. As far as healthy competition goes, clearly the 5 of us are friends, but clearly we all stream. Clearly we all, we do the same exact thing. And I know for a fact, I've heard this. People are like, are you guys really friends? Do you really root for each other? Is there competition?
Wait,
people
People really ask you that?
Oh yeah, they asked us on the pod.
Oh,
You don't remember that, Simone?
Oh yeah. But
really?
it was like,
listen,
this must be people that don't actually know.
It was worded like a little bit better, but Jesus.
Well, yeah, but no, yeah. So okay, I say that to say, like, obviously, like, yes, we all stream together, but we don't view it as a competition. So I just want to say that right now because I already know that, like, we are not competing. We encourage. I'm about to like go off on a tangent. I was gonna say, like, if we were competing, why would we support each other? Why would we retweet each other? Why would we like each other's stuff? Why would we stream
because
together?
People are fake. People fake like each other all the time.
We're all mods in each other's streams.
Right.
When
I literally
goes wrong with my stream, they are texting me.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Whoever's in
I
that stream,
only
like,
watch y'all streams.
I have called Sham, called her like during a stream when she needs help.
I said, "Be right back." Christina said, "What's going on over there?"
I literally I FaceTimed her. I said, "What you need help with?" I was like, "You got the Ethernet cord plugged in? You got this going?"
Right. She said, "Is the OBS on? Is it updated?"
Right. You got the output set. Like we help each other.
No, y'all, but let any of y'all be in a stream or one of our streams with mod powers and anyone even breathe, put a period in the wrong place.
Hello.
Is ready to
especially that Simone.
Simone be on it.
Listen,
Kendra
and Courtney
too.
too. Yeah,
Yes.
Courtney said, "Hold, please," and then it said,
Yeah,
"So
look,
and so is blocked."
It'd be a little
Hold on.
text
Yeah,
message like,
like-
"Do you know that person?"
so-
Before I say what I gotta say.
So like,
Yeah.
so I'm in Chris's stream. This is like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Someone said something about her teeth. I was like,
Me and Simone were on the phone. She
Yeah.
said,
Get out.
Yeah,
I
they
had
said,
nice teeth.
So-
Who said something
Ouch.
about your teeth?
no, they
Some
said
hate a
they said
bitch.
no. Listen, this is what happened. They said my teeth were whiter than the
Yeah.
wall.
the
So they
wall. So
said,
I was like,
they said, "Are my teeth real?" Like they were like, "Are your teeth fake?" Or they said something.
Right.
And I said,
No.
"Are my teeth
Oh my
fake?"
see,
God.
I almost was gonna
Mm.
hit it, and I was
See,
like, so
that's the thing.
I wrote to them, and I was like, hey, I'm
She
like,
said, "Who
what
are you talking about?"
I said, Simone, wait a minute. Ask first.
No, because
She
who the
was
fuck
ready
is
to
you
get
talking
out
to?
there.
Simone
you
said,
talking about?
Listen.
I hope that last comment was worth it because you won't say another one.
Hello, but then,
No,
but then
Simone
they were like,
specifically
they
said,
explained it.
"Who you talking to?" Yeah, and then he was like, "No," he said, "I didn't mean it that way. I'm just trying to say your teeth are really white." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, because
He said, "Come on, Chip
I
Skylar."
liked it, and I was like, all right, I just wanted to make sure. I was like,
But
When it
yeah,
comes
see,
to the
even
commu-
something
oh,
as
sorry.
small as that, yeah, something even as small as that, they have my back. Like we have each other's back. So I just wanted to, throw
like
that
in
out.
real life.
Yeah,
Like,
yes, in real
Courtney saw
life.
something on the
like,
timeline. She said, "We got to fight."
Bitch.
hello.
real.
Because one thing I'm gonna do is check first. Because I'll be ready
And then
to.
text
Now hold
Nakia
on a
and was
minute.
like, "Sham don't be fighting,
Yeah, Courtney
and
TTG.
we gonna have to help."
No, seriously. Okay, my girl in Atlanta. So let me call. Hold on, because we not finna do all that.
She said,
When
"We
we
putting
call
that
That's
some,
one
Sailor
thing we
Moon
not
when we
gonna
wig.
do.
call some niggas, yeah.
Now I will say, like, I on the other side of that too, it's hard because it's not competition, but it's more so like, how can we diversify our audiences?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so from there,
I was gonna
turned
go there too.
into,
Yep.
yeah, like from there, it turned into, okay, like we're not in competition with each other, but it's more so like, how can we diversify our audiences
Mhm.
so that way we can be different, right? And so I think, I don't really even know. And this is going to sound terrible, and I want to preface and give context that I think that the world revolves around me, right? So I don't really see anyone else's competition, but it's more so because I think I'm doing my own thing, right? Like, so I don't think about
Your
anybody
own
else in
lane.
terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm like trying to do my own thing, and even if we're all doing same things, we're different. My personality may be different, my content may be different. So I don't really think about that in terms of competition. I'm not really a competitive person. But I will say that I will look at other women, particularly Black women, because I mean blueprints, but I'll look at other Black women and just kind of see what they've got going on, right? And
Yeah.
see how they're similar to me, and what can I use as inspiration, and how can I turn that to me, right? Like not necessarily like doing the same thing, but like how can I turn this into something that I can do myself? And so I do watch Kayla, Rain Goddess, in terms of like how she's able to do her just chatting streams, and how she's able to like keep conversation or turn to different topics and different things like that. Kiwi is brilliant. Like,
Yeah,
just
she's
brilliant,
really good.
period.
She's so good.
And I don't even like watch her streams to get that. I am on her Twitter because she's constantly giving stuff on Twitter. But I don't, I can't say that I view or do anything in competition, to be honest with you.
Courtney and I were just talking about that actually. And I'm going to be really quick. I'm sorry. I know, because I already said something, but this ties into why we're also different, because we were talking about this and I said, I actually don't watch other streamers because I'm someone who, like, when I had my small business and I was streaming on TikTok, I was like not streaming, but I was like a content creator on TikTok for my business. There were other people who did the same thing. And I found myself viewing others and saying, oh, like maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. And it fucked with me. Like it made me feel like I wasn't doing enough, or like I needed to be better or something like that. So I stopped. Like I stopped watching them and focused on myself. And then I felt that it made me better because one, like it was like a distraction. I didn't want to be distracted. So I focused on myself and it worked really well for me. So when it comes to streaming, I actually don't, and I don't mean this like in a mean way. Like I'm not like, I'm not going to watch that person. Right. Like, I mean, right. Well, yeah, exactly. My friends. Yeah. Pretty
I
much.
only watch my friends.
I watch them. Yeah. That's pretty much it. But I don't actually watch other streamers. I mean, one, because I got things going on too.
I was just getting ready to say, to be fair,
yeah,
like,
I got stuff
you
going
are a whole woman, right? Like
Yeah.
you're like in its
so many
entirety.
layers.
Ooh, so many hats, like so many things.
Yeah,
and
I
I
have a
also feel
very
like we
busy
all
life.
stream and we all stream at like the same time
same
and
time,
do different things.
yeah.
So it's hard for us to be moderators and
Yeah.
then also have to
Mhm.
watch people's streams and then also have to watch
Yeah.
anime, and a lot of
Yes.
us read.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like
A lot of us
Yeah.
read. Let's preface this by
Listen,
saying
the
we
watch
read.
list
like,
and read
it's
list is never
hard.
going down at this
It's
rate.
never
We stand
leaving.
behind Michael.
Yeah.
Y'all
Really,
niggas
we're
need to
dying
read.
behind that. Yeah. So it's like,
Right.
you know,
So much.
to be fair for Chris's point, it's hard, right? Like it's hard to even consume other content creators because you're already doing your own shit, but then you're also trying to look out for your friends who are doing the same kind of thing.
But think of it like a
Yeah.
classroom. Like y'all are my peers.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
That's facts.
y'all are my peers, and it's like y'all are my friends. Like I want to see y'all do well. So when I guess it kind of depends on your attitude, and sometimes it could just like people like to say, and it may be true for some people, but some people are like, oh, I never get jealous over stuff. It could be, it's what you do with it. If you're taking it from a standpoint where you're being negative towards people, like you're being jealous and you're envious of people and you're being negative towards it, you didn't really want them to do well in the first place. You wanted whatever connection you have with that person is from what you can benefit from them. Like when it's your friends, it's your niggas, you really care about them, you want to see them do well. If there's something that you watch, like in watching my friends, these are my peers. If it's something that they're doing that I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of piques my interest. Let me tweak this in the way that works for me. And that's
Baby, I will text y'all. Hey, where you get that from?
Yep. We
Yeah,
in the chat.
I was
gonna
say
text each other because I don't even gotta text y'all because y'all already sent it over. Oh, I found
right.
this.
See, I was about to say so people that say that we in
Simone, good
competition
for
with each
that.
other. Hello, I was about to say I don't gatekeep anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Like I'm like if I see
Same.
something and I'm like that reminds me I gotta send y'all something because now you could live stream to YouTube Shorts. Yeah, I gotta send the whole tutorial on that. So like
He sure
you know.
does.
I'll just send it to y'all because I do actually follow like other streamers and stuff like that because it's like I also
Simone
like to
is
study.
sweet.
Right.
Yes.
I like to also study. It's not competition, but it's like why not study like the successful like creators to see like
It's a competitive
what
What they
audit.
doing
from it.
It's a
Yeah.
competitive audit.
It's a
Come on,
competitive
UX
audit.
designer.
Please.
So it's like, and I also because you know all of this is new to me, child. You know what I'm saying? Like we joke and we say black women in tech, but like literally, like I'm like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So it's like all
Setting them
these
streams up.
resources, yeah. Like
But
why
you know, I
not
think
just share it?
I think the difference too for me also that I just thought of is like, so I know like Courtney is taking streaming very seriously. Like she wants to be a content creator. Like, you know, she's trying to get her money from there.
Unfortunately.
I started this way, but then as time went on, I was just like, you know what? Like, I like personally, I wanted something more secure. So that's why like I got into UX and stuff like that. But so I shifted and now I really do it for fun. So that could also be why I just don't, you know, I'm not like watching people and trying to do all these things. Like my streams are all I do is game, by the way. I'm not a variety streamer. I game, I play one game, I finish it, move on to the next.
She gonna take that one game.
Ass baby.
Hello.
And like, and we have a great time and that's all I do. So it's like, for me, streaming is a little different. I'm not doing like events and all that stuff. So maybe that's also why I just don't watch others because I just feel like all I gotta do is hop on, turn his game on.
My baby just turned that street.
It depends on your perspective. If you go in and
you're
in competition, it's
and 9 o'clock hits, I hit start streaming, and
my
then
girl be on there at 8:59.
That
she be
on
time.
She was in the shower shaking his butt. That'd be me 10 minutes before I said I was.
She was in the stream yard at fucking 4:15.
Wait.
No, let's talk about our block parties. Like every time.
Oh God, what's your nickname?
Chris be in the Discord
early. Fi Jackson.
Oh yeah.
If y'all don't know Fi, when I tell you Fi be running a tight ship. It be strict in there.
Baby.
She woke us up with flashlights like the niggas on the boat on Titanic looking for their body.
Oh, free me,
free me.
Please. Fi Jackson. What is Simone Gordy? And what was Kris?
And Kris Knight. Kris
Knight. Them niggas run a tight ship. You hear me? Kris said we're getting in here at 3 p.m.
That shit is so funny.
It be funny. You gotta be
that story. So it was from my block party, and then like Kris is in the Discord, and we all in Discord, and then she goes, "Well, has anyone spoken to Courtney? Like she's not in here yet." And then she goes on Twitter, and she was like, "She just tweeted."
Minding my business. Minding my business.
Okay, hold on. I'll explain. This is what happened. So yeah, we were trying to put together Simone's block party. I mean, the block party. So we go into Discord the day of our block party, and we like run tests and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So we're in there, and we're like, "Where is Courtney?" Like she said, I don't remember if you said you were going to be late or something. I don't know.
I was down at the Costco.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she said she had to like do something. Yeah. So we're in the Discord, you know, and I'm assuming right. So I'm assuming
and you seen what happened, and you seen exactly what happened.
So I'm like, okay, she's busy. She has a lot to do. Okay, cool, right? So I hop on Twitter, you know. I'm like, wait a second.
I can't even scroll, bitch.
No, hold on. So I'm on. I get on there. I see Courtney tweet, and she's posting pictures. Everything,
anime and manga.
Yeah, manga.
So
giving her
that panel and Kris all red. Get in here now. She said, "You got time to read."
Kris was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Mind you, I was doing all of this while I was in line at Costco. But mind you, right? Like I had a down moment. And I was like, let me just capture it real quick. And then I get now where the fuck was hold on. Because
so I have phone in hand, mind you. Phone in hand. I was like, hold on. And they're like, what happened? I said, wait a second. Didn't Courtney say she had something to do?
Right.
And they were like, yeah, what's wrong? I said, this bitch on Twitter.
Yo, so then I was like, bro, I was like, I need to come up with a name.
The spirit of Joe Jackson rose up in her.
I said, Courtney need to get her ass in here. I was like, she got time for Twitter though. I said she got time to Twitter.
That's what she said.
Mind you,
damn.
I'm fear and trembling at the mall.
Fear and trembling.
On there, looking like I'm at I look like found footage on there, like the Blair Witch Project.
And I didn't want the same experience, and so I said, when I get home, I will let y'all. I'm gonna hop in because I be knowing Sham be having like a bunch of shit going on. So I was like, that's gonna
connection.
be me.
Sham was dropping out connection issues.
And she was
echoing all kinds of stuff.
It was
exactly. Right. And so that's why I was like, yo, I'm not trying to do that because I have to do it on the app, and it was streamed together. It was like, come on, y'all would have been annoyed with both of us.
But when that happened, I was like, you know, we coined the name Fi Jackson after Joe Jackson, and I was like,
and then when I came in.
I was like, it got me.
And
Kris
then
Knight.
when I came
like
in,
Shug Knight, like Kris Knight, that is so funny.
And then when I came in, it was a whole thing. I said, "Damn, I'm on display." Like,
and let the record show, I'm not even that bad. They be dragging it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Fi. No, I agree. I don't think Fi is that bad. The thing with Fi is Fi just don't play like
quiet assassin. If y'all would have seen her at DreamCon,
Simone stream, when she said, "Why that button red?" Simone not to touch nothing, and Simone touched something. She said, "Why that's red?"
All the time. I'm like, bro, all right, you're right.
The thing about it is like Fi.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, baby.
Oh, okay, so
we'll
we'll be messing around, and like Simone will be trying to do something. It's like, how do I do this? How do I do that? We're making jokes or whatever. Fa be like, okay, so press this button right here.
Yeah.
All right. Now go over there, and then we're like, oh, sorry, like because we're fucking around.
Right, Mom.
Right. But Fi's like, all right. Anyway, like I said, you're gonna press this button. All right. Now, do you hear this? Do you hear that?
You be joking. Yes. She's like, turn it off.
Right.
I wish y'all could have seen her at DreamCon though. Like I barely
she be on the move. She
barely saw her.
She don't play.
My girl said, I came here for panels. I came here to cosplay. I came here to see motherfuckers I'm here to wake up at 7. I'm going to bed at 10.
Yeah, like
I will see
yes,
bitches
yes.
tomorrow.
Like 5.
She
I love
had
you,
us
but
on scheduled naps in Tennessee.
I love it.
From
I
6
love it.
to
I
8.
love it. I
Wake
love it.
up, we're
Yeah,
watching
I love
Jeepers
it.
Creepers.
like going
love
to the
My girl had the
convention.
flashlight.
Yeah. Going to a convention with Fi is so funny. Like, I always be going to cons with her. And she'd be like, all right, I'm going to be at your room at what time? What time
Oh,
am I going
love
to be at
it.
your room? I was
Oh.
They
like,
be
Fi.
texting us like,
She
where
said,
we
what
at?
time
Me
you
and
going to be
Kris was
ready?
in the bed.
I'm like,
like,
damn.
Baby.
Literally.
Meanwhile,
in
I'm
bed.
not even answering. I'm not answering.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
I'm not coming.
Yeah, so come to think of it, I
She
take
don't
that
play.
back.
She
No,
don't play.
Fi is you're kind of that bad. You are. I
Not she
forgot.
reneging. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I completely forgot about how listen. This girl had an itinerary. Okay,
Hello?
at UConn, I forgot. I told yeah.
I did. And then this Sham won't let the flashlights go. I couldn't see, but no, if y'all could have seen Sham's face.
Wait,
when
you
I walked
really did?
downstairs. Yes, I did have a flashlight.
At some point, she really had a flashlight. And
You
like,
just could've
like
opened
the
you
forensic
could've turned
file
the
on
lights.
top, have it up by his ear. That's how she came downstairs to make sure I was awake.
Oh,
Like, we was in there
I
playing
thought she was
Secret
joking.
Neighbor.
No, I didn't have a
she really
flashlight.
had a flashlight.
Secret neighbor.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Why did you turn on the
Wow.
light, Fi?
Because I didn't know if she was still sleeping, so I wanted to
was
keep the
looking right
overhead
at
light
her.
off. So I had to
Why is the?
You know why I
oh
was
my
up? Because I
God.
had the alarm on because I was scared. So I said, let me get up now.
That's farmhand 5. See, that's where mine comes from the military. Hers comes from her running a farm.
Hello?
See,
Bye.
yeah, it makes
Said,
sense
"Wake
now.
up."
It totally makes
Wake
sense
up.
because when you work on a farm, like it's you got to run a tight ship. You're on schedule.
Exactly.
So
Me and Courtney just be
yeah,
showing up. We be like, hey,
that makes sense.
we at the
That makes sense.
library. That's why we be making drinks when we supposed to be on that stream.
All the time. I'd be like, bro, I'd be wanting to
Listen.
text like I'd be like wanting to text Courtney like, girl, you said 8 o'clock. It's 8:45, 9 o'clock. And
If
she'd be
the
like,
stream starts
hey.
at 8, just pop up
Hey.
at like 9:30. Like pop up in the stream at like 9:30.
It's
Baby gotta do her skincare. She need her skincare and her drink. I ain't mad at it.
Right.
She'd be like, I'm cooking. Or she'd be like, girl, I lost track of time.
Mind you, I just had to run to the bathroom, right? So I could hear everything that y'all was saying.
Mhm.
And and I'm gonna tell you, here's the thing, right? I get really overstimulated. And
Ooh,
so I have to
same.
like calm down. And so instead of getting overstimulated at 6, I get overstimulated at 7:30. So it's like by the time 8 o'clock comes, I'm like, whew, bitch. Okay, I need to like go eat.
Like
I need to
us.
set this up.
Yep.
Yeah, like everything happens. But Simone was saying that she don't text me, she be texting me. But she'll say something like, I thought you were streaming tonight. Or she'll go, oh, you're not streaming tonight? Bitch.
It's the way.
I be trying not to, but I be getting a little concerned. Like, my
so
sister's
you're not
streaming. Like, what's going on? Like,
But
so,
you know what I love is that everybody knows now there's a window.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. They know us by
when we talk
now.
about
They
taking stuff
know.
from our
They
peers,
know us.
Courtney,
Yeah.
that window.
Baby, that
Yeah,
window
right
killed
from,
me.
I'm sorry,
That shit
cop.
killed
Hey,
me.
My
I'm gonna be
window.
from 6 to 8.
I can't stand the rain.
Hey.
I did the dance move. I'm so sorry.
I was
But
over
that
here
shit
dancing.
is so funny.
Like, I be getting like,
Simone said, I'll be texting. Yeah, the fuck you do. You just don't say that.
I try not to do it. Well, now you have a window. I don't even text you asking you if you go stream or not. I just be like, all right, I know. But in the beginning, yes. But I'll be like,
My girl
let me
say,
not
hey,
stress.
you
Let me not
streaming?
stress out. I don't want, girl. I don't want to stress out. I be texting Sham like I was on the phone and she went live, and then like I got off the phone and I was like, Sham, what happened? You ain't stream? What happened? Like
I'm
it's
talking
gone
to you.
already?
Here's the thing. But here's
So
the
we was
thing,
having a
though.
conversation.
So I also feel like in the beginning I was very, especially like because I was the first one to start streaming, and then with Sham too. But Sham kind of started a little bit after me, but I was the first one to start streaming. So when everybody else started streaming, you guys came in so hot and like on it and schedules and all this stuff, and I was like, bitch, I stream when I feel like it. Like I don't have, you know what I mean? I can't really think like that because I unfortunately I just don't operate that way. And so I tried, right? Like I was trying to kind of keep up with you guys, and I think that that's why maybe the competition question became a thing. But it was because I was like, well, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like because maybe I'm not doing this right. But now I understand that it's the consistency of me streaming, period.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not necessarily like a set time, but like if I have a set day, people know to look out for me on like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, right? So it's like once I figured that out, it was like, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just gonna start when I feel like it, because honestly, I have a better time when I'm doing something when I don't feel like I'm committed to doing it.
And that makes a difference, because when you're doing it your way and you're having fun, and it's not based on, you know, what other people. Once the fun, I'm the type of person, when I'm not having fun no more, I'm not want to do. I'm not going to do it. I just will stop. If I decide tomorrow I'm not having fun streaming, I'm gonna shut that page down.
I'm gonna stop it, baby. I'm selling that PC. And I just think that, I think that that's what we all learned together, right? That it was like, and even like with Kris, when she first started, she wanted to be serious about it, and we supported her in that. And then finally, we were all like, "Yo, baby, you should just be a gamer. Like that is your lane. You're so good at it. It seems like you have such a good time. The people love watching you play games, right?" And so I think that's the other beautiful thing, is that we can bounce things off of each other, of like, hey, I noticed this in your stream the other night that people love this, or I noticed that this happened too. And so I think that that's like the blessing that I would take away from, even from us being late or somebody being early or whatever. Like we can bounce all of that off of each other.
Hell yeah. Like when I first did my first stream, which was like the anime versus, during stream, Courtney was like, "Oh, bitch, like you got something here. Like let's see how we could like do other things to expand upon this." And I was just, she was like, "The people love it." And I was like, "Oh, you're right." Like,
and even like, you don't peep, right? Like you don't peep everything. Yeah, like you don't peep everything. Like you're too busy looking at the chat. You're too busy trying to entertain everybody. You're trying, you know what I mean? Like you don't think about the sort of things that the outside people can.
Especially somebody that knows you.
Yeah. That's why, like, it was after.
I'm keeping tally. I'm keeping tally.
That's 3. See what I Jackson? What she say? Wait, see? You see what I just did? Did you hear that, kid?
Stop keeping tabs. She said you keep turning that camera on.
You saying oop for this time, and it's like, girl, I've been clocked you doing this. Like, what you
No, I said oop. That was me.
Sham had said, Sham said, oop. And I was like, girl, we done see you do this like 3 times. I ain't saying shit.
Don't you put that on there.
It's Fi going, I'm keeping tally. That's why we call her Fi Jackson.
Fi Jackson.
She texted me with the score so far. That was number 4.
Oh, I thought it was 3.
I texted her earlier and said, you didn't turn that camera on 3 times.
Wow.
She said, don't you embarrass me again.
What it was. I said, she about to tell me how to turn that camera on.
She said, don't you embarrass me again.
Oh my God.
You better not turn that camera on. That is so funny.
Well, maybe they could make the buttons right next to each other.
Oh my God.
Sorry, kid.
I'm sorry, kid.
Sorry.
You fine. You are absolutely fine.
That's actually probably the
back.
segue into the next topic anyway.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna go ahead and do our quick check. I did want to ask, of course, if there are any new shows that you ladies are watching. Again, please keep it to like 2 or 3, you know, for the sake of brevity. So,
Well.
We start.
Are we still doing the order?
Let's do it in the order. Let's do it in the order.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go in order.
Yes, I will be very brief then. So I'm a K-drama and anime fan. So K-drama wise, for any K-drama fans out there, I just finished one called Link, Love, Eat, Kill. It is amazing, fantastic. I won't get into detail, but it's a really good K-drama. I just finished that one. As far as anime goes, I'm watching Solo Leveling every Saturday. I just caught up today. Yes, it is so good. I was trying to restart K Project. That's not one that people talk about much. I was trying to restart it for like the 3rd time, but to be honest, I can't. I made it. I didn't make it. Same. Every single time I start, I can't finish it. I made it to episode 6 the other day, and I said, you know what? I think I'm good.
Sometimes you gotta drop it.
Yeah, for real. So I dropped that, and I started one called Decadence. Let me tell you something. This
that's
shit
been on my
is insane. It is. It starts one way, and then by the time you get to episode 2, you're like, wait a minute, what? So, but I'm not trying to say like it's peak or it's mid, whatever yet. But I'm just saying like I'm going to continue, and if it's very different, that's all I will say for now. And then I also finished recently Undead Murder Farce. I think that's amazing.
That's a good
I
one.
recommend
That's a
that.
good one.
It is so good. And I'll stop there. But yeah.
Hey, I appreciate that. My boy is actually watching Decadence right now, and that's actually on my list too. So I'm gonna definitely check it out.
Shut
Yeah.
up, yo. Let me
Yeah.
I see it. I was
just
gonna tweet
added
about it, but I like to wait. I like to wait until I've seen a few episodes because you know how it is on Twitter when you say you're watching something, everyone wants to pile on and be like, oh, like
Yep.
da, 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 da. So I always wait until like I'm in the middle, or maybe like if I'm finished and then I give my review, you know. But yeah, so that's why I've waited. But I'm definitely gonna tweet about it because it's interesting. Very interesting
Yeah.
so far.
I just looked and I'm gonna add that to the list, baby.
Yeah, I was like, it's
Yeah.
on my
Synopsis.
list. It's
Yeah,
it
I'm
looks
known for watching
interesting.
some obscure shit. Like I'm the type that'll go on Crunchyroll and just scroll through the categories and find
Same.
something.
Yo, bring
And then
back the Crunchyroll randomizer. I used to be on that
Baby.
heavy. That's how
Thank you, Fi.
That's how I watched so many anime, because people are like, how have you seen? You've seen so much. How have you seen so much? The randomizer button. Bring it back.
yeah, like
And
we
they
can't
did
just
now.
look
All
at
they
what's
do is
popular.
just. That's all they show now.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
You have to dig,
I
or
will scroll through. Yep.
Yeah, you
I ain't
gotta
gonna
dig
hold
or
you. The
use those
randomizer.
blog sites.
The randomizer's gone, but what I've been using is the analyst, like the app. I literally just scroll down and see like what they recommend after I watch something.
So wait, are
and
you
see if
saying
it's something
any
I haven't
list
watched.
or my anime
Yeah.
list? Because I use
my anime list. So my anime list doesn't have an app, but
They do.
does.
They do.
Yeah, but okay, it must be new. Okay, wait, no. So AnyList and my AnyList collaborated then. So okay, so my AnyList and AnyList used to be separate, but now apparently it's together. But when you go to the search bar and you see what's going on for like the new season or whatever, like say you just finished watching something, you just click the anime and scroll towards the bottom where it has like recommended, and then I'll just look and see what I haven't watched yet, and then that's how I add everything to my list. And usually because I'm watching like slice of life or like obscure shit anyway, it'll just add that. So that's also a pretty good way if you can't use the randomizer anymore. Sorry to cut you off, Shammy.
So when it comes to what I'm watching, I'm watching Solo Leveling as well. Solo Leveling, and I'm rewatching. I'm falling back into like my comfort stuff because I just need comfort right now. Let me preface by saying nothing about my comfort list is comforting. Like I will say,
comforting to you.
I'm sure.
It's comforting to me. Like comforting to me is like Bride of Chucky. Like that's the kind of things I like. So I'm also like true crime is my thing. I don't know if y'all have ever seen me do like true crime. Like when I did it with Court, that's all we talk about. That was honestly one of the things we first started talking about was true crime, and then Fi and like Soleil. Like it's so many people around me that
we have a group chat.
We have a group chat. We said, look at these criminals, and that's all we do all day.
Watch this documentary.
Watch this documentary. It's going to tear you up, and we be sending it to each other at like noon on a Tuesday. Tuesday. I just finished that Killer Stalker doc on Netflix.
Yes. Oh God.
Journalism. But now I'm about to watch. I love a cult. And I'm going to watch The Program. Is next on.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's on Netflix.
Please watch that.
That's on my list. That's on my hit list.
Girl,
I love a cult.
that shit is wild.
Just like me and Courtney, anytime something come up with them Mormons, them Latter-day Saints, we be like, hey, you see them people with them skirts? They doing stuff again every time.
Them buns in their head.
With
they out here wilding.
Bonnet. Girl, they're committing crime. So that, not all Mormons. If the Mormons are listening, y'all are probably nice people. I'm talking about them criminal ones. Solo Leveling is really good. I love it. The turn that it took, I was not expecting. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to say too much if you haven't watched it, but the turn it took and the way it's going down, I was not expecting that at all. I've never read Solo Leveling. I was just very intrigued by that. Because y'all know I love me a monster. That man with them teeth. I said, he kind of fine.
You're not the only one that says that.
Until he not smiling, then I'm like, ooh. And usually it's the opposite. Niggas be cute until they smile, and no.
The teeth.
So the teeth, either they they miss. It's a lot of them missing, or they got them veneers, but you know how they don't make them. Apparently, they don't make them in like medium. They just
Medium?
only large.
Only come with Steve Harvey.
They only come in Steve Harvey.
Oh,
And how much wood could a wood chuck?
Yikes.
Very descriptive.
You gotta cut them down just a little bit. You look like they're gonna take a bite out of crime.
All right.
And then I can't have fun. And then I've been going back to I'm a horror girl. I'm going back to my comfort horror stuff. I actually went up in my dad's attic, and when I tell y'all, he told me that he might have thrown away my old Sailor Moon comics from the 90s.
Criminal.
I am going to.
Gosh.
You know how cats just be retching before they throw up? I'm gonna do that for like 4 hours straight if he did that. But I think they're at my aunt's house. So until I find out they're not there, I'm gonna assume he says he doesn't. He's not sure, but I don't think he did. I think they're at my aunt's house. But I'm going back. I went upstairs. I found all my old like VHS horror movies. I took a picture. I'm like, niggas be taking pictures with money. Like I was very excited about it. I'm not new to this.
I'm true to this.
Period. I watched I think 28 days of 30 days a night. 28 days a night. I'm thinking about 28 days a night.
Is my shit.
I watched 30 days a night. Josh Hartnett.
Hello.
Girl. Hello.
Loving in
I
that
watched
movie.
that recently and yeah, just my comfort stuff. I'm doing a thread on a stream about 13 Ghosts next week.
Let's go. Wait, didn't you already do one?
I saw that.
Didn't you do one during Halloween?
No, she was going to, remember?
I don't think
okay. I feel like you did, but okay.
No, I did a thread on it, remember?
Right. Didn't you just say you're doing a thread on it again?
No, I told them to read that thread. I'm not doing that again.
She's gonna stream.
She's gonna talk more about it.
A stream. Oh, I thought you said thread. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
No, them niggas gonna have to read. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, because I was about to say, wait a minute. Yeah, I was about to say, I specifically recall you making a thread, but you said stream. Okay.
Yes, I specifically copied and pasted. You can read that. I won't be doing that again. That took me 3 days.
You can read that.
Yeah, it was very in depth. It was fantastic. I love 13 Ghosts.
We gonna talk about them ghosts.
Love it.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Comfort stuff, and all the comfort is horrifying.
Yes, we love it.
Yeah.
Funny.
Courtney.
Yeah, so I'll keep this thing brief. So I've been trying to watch real people stuff lately. So I watched Roadhouse the other day. With
Jake Gyllenhaal's finance.
Jake Gyllenhaal, bitch.
Girl, listen, I saw that preview and I said I'm adding this to the list.
It's actually pretty good, Kris. Like, I think you'll actually really like it.
I'm watching it for the plot, and we know what the plot is.
Hello?
Me too, baby. Okay, so I watched that. I also I saw Dune Part 2 in IMAX, which was gorgeous and beautiful. I'm going to read the books. I just finished, in terms of anime, from this season, I watched Meiji Gekken 18 something. I've just completed that. I will complete Apothecary Diaries and whatchamacallit, A Sign of Affection, if not today, sometime this weekend. And then I'm also watching are going to be binging Freerun because it just ended today. But
yes.
And
when does The Sign of Affection end? Sorry to cut you off because
it should be today.
Yeah, today. Oh, okay, perfect. Because I've been waiting to watch that one, but I wanted to binge. Same with Apothecary Diaries, so I'll be binging those.
They're all
I put Apothecary Diaries on hold because it was giving me like the Spy Family effect. So, because I be needing romance. Like I need the romance.
Same. Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those. Oh, I didn't know. Yep. Okay, then it looks like I'm only watching A Sign of Affection for now.
I will say keep it on your list. But watch
it'll be on the list.
It's gorgeous.
Watch it. No, I will.
It's gorgeous.
No, I will.
But I know Kris is like me in terms of that. So just wanted to put that out there. And then I watched A Whisper Away, which is an anime movie, a Netflix original. I finished that the other night too. So a romance.
Did you like it? Okay.
I actually loved it. And I thought what I've been doing is if I don't feel like watching, because sometimes I get animated out. So like I want to watch anime, but I don't know what on my list I want to watch next.
Exactly.
So I've been ticking off the movies. So A Whisper Away is actually pretty good. A lot of people complained about the female lead, but I thought she was cute and funny. So, what are you gonna do? But that's where I'm at. 5.
Alrighty. Let's see. watched the first 2 episodes of X-Men 97, and it's gas.
Let's
It's
go.
gas.
Let's go. Let's go.
I was about to say, can I get the thoughts on that? Like, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but I need y'all to tell me before I turn that on.
No, turn it on.
Perfect.
Turn it on. It's great. It's
Turn it
on.
on.
It's gonna be a hard one to watch week to week. Like I'm
not watching week to week.
No, I'm gonna have to because like I feel like I want it so bad. I don't know if I can wait. But
Same.
part of me is like I want it all one time.
Are y'all upset about it? Is it not good?
No, it's perfect.
No, it's
actually
good.
perfect.
It's
That's
10
the
out of 10.
problem.
The 2 episodes already. It's 10 out of 10.
It's giving, and you watched it when you were younger, right, Sham?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it'll be exactly.
One of my
what you
dream
need it to be.
cosplays is Gambit. I'm gonna do it one day.
Ooh.
Hopefully this year. So
Yes,
Remy Laveau,
yes.
I'm coming for you. I'm
Who
gonna
was
get
the
that
other
trench
one that
coat
you were
on.
supposed to cosplay? Lil Jon?
Lil Jon?
Please be for real.
Oh
Part
my
right there.
god.
Let me tell you
So
about
every
that.
time Sham says Gambit, my mind goes to Lil Jon.
Exactly.
Fine.
Like,
I
so
will
who was
say
else you supposed to
something.
cosplay?
She will say the most nonsensical thing in the world with a straight face. The straightest face you ever seen. And you're like, I know the sky is not maroon right now, but you're
Five
saying it with a
Jackson, I'm
straight face.
telling you.
But I think
I'm
it's
telling you.
when I tell you I came at her stream one time and we were talking about X-Men and I said, Gambit, somebody mentioned Gambit. And I said, that's one of my dream cosplays. I can't wait to do it. It's like up there with Spawn. Like that's really one of my dream cosplays. We were talking somewhere. Lil Jon was in the conversation.
We were singing "Get Low."
Okay, I was doing that. Very on brand. So Fi said, "Who your dream cosplay, Lil Jon?"
Just
I
ignorant.
called her by her whole
Hilarious.
first name. I didn't even know how to react. I said,
Just
"Girl,"
ignorant.
In the
and she
chat.
said, and she just looked so happy about it. She was like, "Oh, really? No, girl, you made that up."
I was gonna support you.
But you were going to
Just
support me, and I
ignorant.
appreciate that. But also,
But
Here's the
also.
thing. Here's the thing.
Let me not say that.
Sham is extremely unserious. If she said that she wanted to
Exactly.
cosplay Lil Jon, you would believe it. No?
She had them
Exactly.
Busta Rhymes wig on stream.
Exactly. She
Y'all
Like,
cosplayed.
She cosplayed Busta Rhymes from Halloween H2O.
But it was a theme.
So, or was it no, not H2O. It was was it Resurrection?
Resurrections.
Yeah, Resurrection.
Yeah.
Thank you. Not H2O.
Y'all
H2O
said
is
it
with
like I
Josh
just
Hartnett.
be
That
dressing
terrible
up like
haircut.
Eric Sermon or something. Like it was a theme.
So and the
Oh my
wig,
I don't want
God,
to hear
it's
it.
the wig,
ripped
the
in
wig was
here.
fun, right. So but that's what I'm saying, Sham. What would stop you from dressing up as Lil Jon during JaboCon 2.0?
What would
Like,
stop you?
You know what? We're not gonna
Con.
have to worry about it because we're doing SceneCon this year.
but
Get your
that's what I'm
bag.
saying though. So in our defense, in Fi's defense, that sounded completely normal from you.
But
And
no,
it
I'm
did.
taking her defense right back because you remember that time Fi told me I was going to cosplay
Fi,
Alucard with that
Fi,
hat.
get behind me. Fi, get
No,
behind me.
come from out.
It's fine.
Protect
It's
me.
fine.
out.
Get behind me, Fi.
She told me to
It's fine.
cosplay Alucard
Get
with
behind
that
Chris
hat.
Knight.
Abraham Lincoln.
No, it's
You see
Oh
how
my
ridiculous
gosh.
this is? Oh my god.
Anyway, X-Men 97. I had some quality mid. I watched The Rental on Netflix. It's a suspenseful thriller horror situation where this group goes to this Airbnb in the woods. Red flag right there. I'm not going anywhere with
Hell
this.
no.
Yeah, I saw
Where there's
that.
no people
No.
around. Did
see
you watch it,
that.
Courtney, or you just seen it that it was
No, but I
available?
saw
Honey,
I thought it was
cabin in the
available.
woods. Nothing in the woods be good.
Cabin
except the tree.
fever. Like it out of here.
Cabin
No.
Nothing in
fever.
the woods is a recipe for greatness. Okay, it's a
Yeah.
recipe for
Were these
disaster.
African Americans?
No.
Thank the Lord.
you really had to ask that,
Okay.
Sham.
Right.
There's usually one in the mix, an African American.
But he's usually mixed or something, you know, like
Yeah,
he's never like a
Jacob.
full blown.
There is a person of
know.
color, but they are not black.
Not
Oh, but then they
mixed.
was going to die anyway.
I don't
You
want
know.
to spoil it if anybody actually plans to watch. I would give it about, if you're bored and like when it's a quick watch, it's like an hour and a half. Like I said, quality mid. So yeah, I watched that, and then as far as anime goes, just finished up Cherry Magic is ending, which is a BL, and I feel like it's just very mature. You know, that there's actually like we have to see the couples dating, but they're actually dealing with like confess, they're dating, they're dealing with like real partnership stuff. Someone's supposed to be like going to take a job, and he declined it because they just started dating, and the guy was like, well, wait a minute, now you didn't even include me in this conversation. If it's for me, like, why didn't you talk to me about this? And I'm like, he got a point. It's just a lot going on for such short episodes. Like,
Did you say it's ending?
It is. It's getting ready to end. Put it on your list.
Good. That's
Cherry
on my
Magic.
list. I've been waiting. Okay.
So that one's good. And of course, A Sign of Affection, My Little Baby, and Free Run. They're finishing those up. Oh, and what's that one? The devil and the angel dances. What's that one? Where's it at? Let me pull it
The
up.
Devil and the Angel.
Wait a minute.
I know what
I
you're
know what
talking
you're
The
about.
foolish
Yeah.
angel dances with the devil.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
Funny, and it kind of reminds me of the devil's a part-timer, kind of like Mal's relationship with old girl, I forget her name, but
Yeah.
Amelia the hero, her. So it's really funny. So that one's been a good one to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is kind of like similar, like to Fives. I actually have not been watching a lot of anime and stuff like that because I just feel like I'm burnt out. I've been just playing a lot of video games, truly.
Gamer.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3, 9 out of 10. Anyway, but I also watch X-Men 97, 10 out of 10. Fire, phenomenal,
Yes.
so good. I am excited. I guess outside of that, like real people stuff, I watched Love is Blind. What's the season 6? 10 out of 10. Mess. It is good mess. They have
that. I said, what is going on?
It's so good. I would never be on there, but like it's like from last season, which I didn't even finish season 5 because I didn't give a fuck about any of those people. And I just was like, they're all terrible to me. I was like, they really stepped it up production with like the drama and stuff like that. But so that was really good. I also been watching Frieren, which I sing its praises all the time. It's really beautiful, and it's kind of crazy now that I don't play Dungeons and Dragons, but like it makes me have like an appreciation for like Baldur's Gate, like watching Frieren, because like the adventure aspect and all that stuff. I love it. I want to be an adventurer. So there's that. A Sign of Affection, of course, amazing, phenomenal. 10 out of 10. And then I have been watching Apothecary Diaries, and I probably give it like, I took a break from it. I think it's a better binge than like week to week for me personally. So I probably give it like an 8 or 9 out of 10. But I understand like what you're saying, Courtney, about like you just don't like the fact that it kind of teases that there could be a romance. And like you like, just give us what we want. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm more curious about like the things that are happening around like the mystery and like the inner palace and all that drama. That's
I also
on.
like how there's like a thing to solve every episode.
Yes, and
so that's why I watched it I actually watched it week to week, but then I got we're starting to get into like the
heavier stuff,
suggestions of like the romance, and so I was like, let me just pause, because I know that if I watch week to week, I'll be like, okay, can somebody just
just do it? Yeah,
can somebody just do it? So I was like, let me pause this real quick.
If you like Apothecary Diaries, you should tap into Raven of the Inner Palace.
That's been on my list. Yes,
it's beautiful, and there's kind of the same thing, Court, but not as heavy. Like there's more of a respect, but there's like kind of the hints of like, will they, won't they, like grow feelings for each other. But she's very like boundaries in place, because she's supposed to be like the one of the outer concubines, like not even supposed to be in the palace for real. So but yeah, there's that mystery element, fantasy, animation is gorgeous, music is amazing, so definitely recommend.
I also want to add Delicious in Dungeon. I'm waiting for it to like it should be almost done. But I've watched a couple episodes and I really enjoy it. So it's a lot of fantasy stuff that's been coming out lately. I'll probably give it like 8 out of 10. I'm not really a big food anime watcher because I need to eat. But I've been enjoying it a lot more, like the genre. So,
and it's getting more episodes. Yay!
Yes. So it's been really fun.
Sounds good. All right, ladies, for our next act, and this one should be really quick. We are going to do something a little different. It's going to be called Nobody Can Tell You About. Now, I know that there was a suggestion before we started recording on how we wanted to do this, but pretty much we're going to just go around and, say what nobody can tell us about, whether it be a particular subject, it could be about a particular anime, it could be about a game, it could be about a book or books in general. It could be about anything that you feel that you're an expert on. Now, again, as we said off topic on the pod, is that the suggestion is that out of the 5 of y'all, someone should choose someone, and you say that you think that this person is the best at instead. And then, of course, we can confirm whether this is true or not. So, with that, if Kris wanted to start, and she can choose anybody or she can choose herself about who or what, a topic that the person, is an expert at, or they can't see, or no one can see them on.
Before we get started, kid, can you bring Shammy back in? Her app crashed. She's backstage.
Got it.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I saw her disappear and I'm like, wait, what's happening? So I missed like a second of what you said. I heard you just say, so I'm supposed to pick someone and say what they're good at.
Yeah, pretty much
That's
that,
pretty much.
nobody can see them doing this, or nobody
Right.
can see them at it. Like, hey, like nobody can see you when it comes to anime. Nobody can see you when it comes to makeup, shit like that.
Right. Okay, got you. So are we doing everyone or just one person?
For the sake of brevity, let's just do like one person.
Oh, that's
for
hard.
time. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. But oh man,
I wanted us to do it like all around.
Yeah.
We could keep it. We could keep
so
it short.
Let's keep it brief.
Yeah,
right.
Keep it
I was
brief.
going to say, well, then instead of that, because I would feel bad just picking one. Maybe we should just do the original idea where we say what we think we're good at. I guess that way,
the own person.
Yeah. That way, it's
and then maybe at the end we could just do a quick like, I think so and so is good at this and this and this and this, and then we're done.
That works.
Okay, so for me, gosh, something that I think no one can. I don't know. I feel like the obvious thing is like, video games. Like I'm really, really good at like playing video games. But I mean, now I see why Simone chose something else. It's hard.
It's hard.
It is hard.
What the hell?
Something that I feel like no one can. Come back to me.
Okay.
Well, I'm next.
Just bring on back to me because I'm like shit. Something that no one can. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay. Damn. Now I have to think about it.
All right.
Well, yeah, because like I mean,
I'll go first then.
I feel like
I was about to say,
first, like Courtney, I feel like I kind of have something. All right, personally, I feel like I'm someone who I'm very, very I'm good at whatever it is I decide to do, and I feel like
that's a fact.
Yeah, I feel like when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and I do my best. But not only that, like there's a certain quality. Like I'm really good at quality. Like if I say I'm gonna do this, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, and it's going to be good quality. And it sounds weird to say like nobody can touch me, but like I don't know. I just feel like I just feel like that's something.
Bitch, can they?
Well,
you know?
I feel like that's
you're not lying. You're telling the truth.
So yeah, like I would say, like when it comes to that, I give the people what they want, I guess.
And wait, are we allowed to at least like, okay, so after the person goes, can we at least tell them what they're good at? How's that?
You're more than welcome to.
Right, so we can say like what we're good at, but then after the person's done, each of us can just say what we think they're good at. Does that work, Simone?
Yep, that works. No.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Yeah.
Okay, so for Kris, I already sent her this after like the questions were done, but I still sent her what I thought of her anyway. And obviously Kris is good at anything she sets her mind to, but honestly, we joke about it, but Kris's dedication and like the way that she like sees something and completely either pivots or like is just like, no, we're starting this here. This is going to get done this way. This is going to look this way. As a perfectionist, it kind of gets hard for me to settle on something. And so to see that Kris can be very like, no, this is my direct answer on this, I'm really appreciative, one of it, but I also really admire it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Oh, like I do love like your attention to detail. You do really put your all in everything. And I told you this, like, and it's you give so much of yourself to it. It's just very inspiring to see you like dive deep in. And then you do be catching things that like no one else would catch necessarily. Like the attention to detail is like perfect. And the fact that you're always on time. Like I know it's a funny thing we joke about that you be starting like the stream at like 8:58, but it is admirable. It's like I want to be on time. Like those are things that like people will talk about and associate with you, and that will like take you so far. And girl, you good at the games, obviously, and you're good at like just like talking. Like your block party when we were just like sitting around shooting the shit was always like I enjoyed it so much. Like we got nasty, we got a little freaky, we got.
And when you start something, you finish it.
Yes.
Right? Like you
Oh,
start
thank
something and you
you.
finish it. Even like when we first started streaming, we kept being on your ass about like calming down and slowing down.
Mhm.
But it was really like, again, when I was seeing you like go so hard, I was like, damn, bitch, like I ain't been going hard. And I've been doing shit for like
Right.
5 months,
Right.
right? So
Right.
it's really just something to admire and see that when you really see something, it's like, no, I'm doing it. I've Googled it. We've been on the phone for 2 seconds, but I've already pulled this up. Like, it's just very
Mhm.
it's very admirable to see.
Yeah.
I told
Thank
Kris
you guys.
when she did her she asked us a question a couple weeks ago. And I told Kris she has a way of she's always herself. And sometimes people they adapt to the environment that they're in. But Kris comes into a room and she makes she makes the space adapt to her. And that's something I really admire about Kris. Like a lot of people, especially in the community that we're in, like to adopt personalities. Um, and Kris doesn't do that. She's who she is 100% all of the time. Says the things if people are scared to say it, Kris is going to say it. Because if it's something that means something to her, she's going to speak up about it. And I like that about Kris. I've always admired that about Kris, even when we were younger. Like, she is always herself, no matter where you put her. And I really admire that about you. And you're not scared to do that.
Oh my God, thank you. This
My
is weird.
turn.
Don't you cry, goddamn
I know. Nope.
Well, I'm happy the
don't
cameras
get-
are off. Sham!
It ain't time. Number 5.
It's funny that as soon as she said, "Good thing the cameras are off," there goes Sham again.
Big old Sham. Boy.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I want to add to that, like just Kris's calmness, like her aura in general. Like even you see that really when she's playing games, the way that she talks.
Unbothered.
Well,
Hello?
yeah, but also like when I'm playing games, I'm playing almost every game like it's a horror game. I'm screaming and hollering, and then you go in Kris, and she's just so calm and is talking to everybody, and like she got this
I
big
missed
boss.
that.
Right. Just like that.
Meanwhile,
I'll
it's a
be
big ass
stressed.
boss. Like what? Oh no!
Just
Whoops.
running amok. Talk about, I just missed that. And it's a Cerberus.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God. Thank you guys. Oh my God. Thank you. I don't even know what to say. I love you guys so much.
Somebody's going to be crying.
Right.
Right.
It wouldn't be
right.
us if we didn't.
Hello?
I know, right? I love you guys. Mwah.
Love you.
Love you, Simone.
Oh my God. Oh. And I'm over here like, what the fuck am I gonna say? Oh my God. I think this is crazy because I just feel like I'm not an expert at anything, only because I feel like there's always room to grow and like learn things. So I guess I'm just me. Can't nobody see me at being me, I guess. I'm always just genuine and yeah, I don't know. I guess people find me like very friendly, which which I am. But I just try to always be like nice and be, just who I am to people, always present myself the best way that I can and just be true to myself because I don't believe in being fake just because, we're online and shit like that. So you're going to see what you're going to see. I simp over niggas, 2D and 3D. You're going to see that. You're going to see me talk shit. You're going to see me, just whatever. That's all I got. It's on top of the head. I didn't know.
First of all, nobody is seeing you in this fashion stuff.
I know, like, hello. I was about to say that. Like,
okay.
And
but you're so like, you can just post anything and not even in an intent. Like you're posting a picture and like, yeah, I'm about to go get dinner. And people are like, oh my gosh, I want that outfit. Oh my gosh, that fit looks so good. Like you're not even trying. And that's
exactly. It's not
down to that Kroger.
It's not like, oh, look at my outfit. It's so different. Like it's not one of those type of, styles. It's just, it's natural.
Yep.
And that's what I really love about it. Like your style is very natural, but it's so clean. Like you give like, well, damn, you are from the city. I was about to say you give it like city, you are exactly.
Not give city girl, but she is.
I was about to say city girl, but I didn't, right? I know, right? But that's what it gives. Like it's beautiful, and even your apartment, because I'd be looking in the background.
I do too. Because that apartment is cute.
The way, right? It's cute. You can get a sense of her taste, from that, and the way the light be shining through them blinds in them pictures. I noticed that too. She have little rays. The rays are like across her skin.
The rays.
Beautiful. Watch. No, look, the next time she posts a picture, look at the rays that come through also. But
I
yeah,
started seeing
Simone.
Unwritten, and I felt like five. Feel the
I
weight.
think I would say for Simone, like Simone
So funny.
is always
she's
trying
so
to like
feminine.
quietly produce everybody else, but can do the same thing for herself. But like you do come up with good ideas for people, and not even just like what they could do for content creation, but just like, you know, the fact that you are a creature of research and, you know, are constantly looking at different things, even if it's not specific to you, you'll see something that will match your friend or somebody else, and you'll share that with them. So I think that you have a really good eye and mind for just everything, right? Like you're multifaceted in everything that you do because you are a creature of research. So I really appreciate that and admire that about you too.
Thank you.
I'm gonna piggyback off what Court said. Cause Fi gonna have somebody crying, so I'm saving her for then. When it comes to like Simone literally produces, she's that person, like you said, that catches the things that people miss. And it's like she'll bring something out of you that you didn't even see in yourself. And be like, how about you try this? And be like 2 weeks later, you'd be like, you know what, I'm glad I did that because I enjoyed it a lot. But when it comes to Simone herself, she's like a jack of all trades, especially when it comes to like streaming stuff. She can flow from doing her anime verses to playing a game to doing a cosplay stream to just chatting with folks, doing a pot. Like she moves through it so seamlessly. And that's why I was like, I mean, we all, have things that we worry about, especially when it comes to content, but it's like the things that she worries about stepping out and doing are the things that I know she would excel in because those are the things that you like. You have such a joy when it comes to your streams. Like I'm gonna come in that stream grinning because you in there grinning.
Listen,
Like
Simone keeps a smile on her face. I
from
have
ear
never,
to ear.
I have never, I'm so sorry, Sham. I'm so sorry. But
No,
like,
you're fine.
to cut you off.
214 deaths in.
Listen,
Grinning.
Simone, the thing that I love about Simone too, another thing, is that this girl is the most positive person
Yes.
I have
Oh,
ever
girl.
met in my life. Like
Yes.
she is always smiling. She's always in all the group chats. She's always in the Discord. She's always doing her stream.
Very
She's
present.
always doing the
Yep.
pod. She's everywhere and she's always happy.
And
She's always smiling. She's always, I'm like, how, bitch? Like, how the
and
fuck
happiness
are
is
you?
fleeting. Simone is joy. Like
She
happiness
is
is come and
literally,
go with
Simone is
situations, but Simone is joy.
I enjoy
She's joy
talking to y'all.
personified.
I
Like,
do. I do.
I don't know how you do it. I've said this before. I'm like, yo, Simone be everywhere and she's fine. She's always fine. And I'm a mess over here, girl.
I be stressed sometimes, but I do
Look at her.
enjoy like talking to. Oh Jesus!
See what I mean? She's always laughing. She's always smiling. Simone, you are like the ray of sunshine. Like your presence is just so bright, and you're always. I could go on.
Our space
that
is
about
better
you.
with you in it.
Please,
Seriously, you're always so happy,
That's
and I
a
love that
fact.
about you. Like, I wish that's something that I admire about you, Simone. I'm like, yo, she's always happy. Like, she's always good. Like, always. I'm like, how? I mean, I know how you single and you ain't got no kids, and I get it. But like, you ain't got a nigga stressing you. Like, I get it.
Hello.
But I'm just saying, like, but she's good, and I'm like, all right, Simone, you better smile, girl. You better. She's so happy all the time, and I love that.
Thank you.
If I could make one comment about Simone, listen, when it comes to, I'm sorry, Sham, turn your camera off.
6. You heard 5, 6.
6.
Was it 7?
This is 6.
I said no.
5 would know. 5 would know. Yeah.
Yes, 5 would know.
Oh, Jesus. But Simone, when it comes to just from a music standpoint, and I have a very particular music taste, but just being able to talk to you at that same level when I don't have a lot of peers around me that can relate to that same level, except for like maybe my LBs for Kappa, it's just like, wow, okay. I can get on, we could talk, whether it be about anime openings or even just hip hop or just music in general. And that's something that I appreciate about everybody here. Cause I mean, we all have similar tastes, but when it comes to that, Simone and I are just like, oh, we're eye level. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Now I see where this is going. And like, I can have these conversations and I'll be good. It's like, okay, finally I can I can get that connection when it comes to that. So that's why I wanted to say I appreciate you with that, because you're finding someone with a lot of musical knowledge is very, very rare around, at least my inner circle and around these parts. So, but I'm actually thankful for all of y'all, because a lot of y'all bring different music taste, and that's kind of what as I say with this podcast, it's not a music podcast, but it's built based off of how music has made us feel and how we have, built a culture around it. So just to hear that, and like that's what made the connection to everybody else, is like, wow, okay, yeah, we definitely up here. So that's why I wanted to say I appreciated you for that.
Thank you, Kat. I appreciate that. I love music, so there's that.
And do.
And I also wanted to be a singer when I was younger too. So I hear you, Kris. I was the same way.
I did too.
Yes.
I did too.
I wanted to be a princess.
That makes so much sense.
I believe it.
I wanted to be a
I believe it.
I believe it.
How far are you
That's believable
achieving that
too.
goal, Courtney?
I'm getting there. I don't
Yeah.
know how many more years, but I think I'm getting there.
Bet.
I love
We'll
that.
see. I'm just gonna put it out there. Shammy. Okay, Sham.
She may be having difficulties.
Okay, Sham.
All right, Sham. What can? All right. So what are you good at? What are you the best at?
All right, listen. Am I the best at it? No. But when it comes to like when I did that get the AED stream, I know I've talked to y'all about this at length, but if you don't know, I've had to transition my role in my career. I'm a registered nurse. To accommodate MS. And the environment that I feel like I flourish in is like ICU setting, fast paced, high stakes, that kind of stuff. I flourish in that. Like y'all, if y'all could see me at work, y'all would have a whole different view of me. Like you would see me in a way that you've never seen me before. And I love it. And it's taken a lot out of me to transition there and to take a role that's not as involved and still feel like what I'm doing is helpful to people. But when I did that stream and the feedback that I got from it, like I will never get it in my head again that I'm not a good nurse, or because my role in it has changed that I'm not making an impact. Because when it comes to that nurse shit, listen, I ain't the best nurse, but you gonna get taken care of. If I can make something shake, somebody coming out that room alive. Like it really, like I really felt like I was back in my element. And like I really remember, like I knew my stuff. Like I really felt like I remembered who I was for a second, even if it was just for those couple hours. And it was really nice. So like I ain't the best nurse in the world. Nobody should be thinking they're the best at anything when it comes to healthcare, because that's going in too cocky and you're gonna make a mistake and kill somebody. But when it comes to that nurse stuff, it's not too many people seeing me about it. And you wanted to come watch that stream and you thought you was going to, don't come up in there. Because I'm gonna argue.
Period.
I heard that.
Stop
All
playing
right,
with me.
Sham. So one thing I absolutely love about Sham, and I told her this because we love on each other all the time,
I'm
literally
gonna
all
turn
the
that
time.
camera on and be crying.
Oh god.
For one,
Not, oh God.
for
I'll be
one,
crying too.
Sham is very resilient. Sham is one of the most resilient people I've ever met. And don't you start crying, Sham, because Sham has been through a lot, and but this girl, don't nothing break her. Like nothing, not a thing. You could drop the world on this girl, and guess what? She's gonna be standing right there. The world gonna crumble around her, and she will still be standing. So, because I could go on, we love Sham, obviously, but I was the one thing that's always for me, besides her being funny, like hello, she's funny as hell, but she's so resilient, and I admire that. I admire that so much.
I also love like her ability to speak life into people. Like even in her voice notes when we're like going through something and she's, speaking to you, it's like a verbal hug. Like you just feel like surrounded in the love. Like you can feel it through her voice, through her phone, through your it's very evident.
She got that black auntie energy.
Yes. And it's just so comforting.
Yeah.
Well, how do?
So it's just really great to be around Sham, even if it's virtual. Like her presence is felt.
I think
I also
too,
oh no, go
ahead.
Courtney.
I'm sorry.
No, you go.
All right. Well, I think too, like, I think with Sham, there's a genuineness there that's like, I don't want to say like very innocent, but there's like a genuineness to Sham that she doesn't see bad in people. So, obviously, like that can go one way or the other, but she does not look at people in a bad light to start. Right? Like she gets to know someone first, or she doesn't pass judgment. She just continuously is like, I'm going to meet this person. I'm going to see what's up. If they don't work for me, they don't work for me. I'm not that kind of person, but I admire that about Sham because that's a type of, I don't want to say nicety, but there's like a certain type of sparkle that takes to like actually see the good in everybody. And I really enjoy that about Sham.
I would say I really do think Sham is probably one of the funniest like people I ever met in my life. And it's
very ridiculous.
It's ridiculous how the shit that she says, and she be serious like 8 out of 10 times. Like she's always serious. I'm like, girl, did that really just come out your mouth? Like, what are you saying? So chaotic, but in the best way. And I would agree with everyone. Like Sham speaks life into you. Like it's just, she doesn't let the fact, her circumstances, like she'll have moments where she's down, but she doesn't let that like define who she is. Like
she bounces right back. She's so resilient. Like it's insane. It is insane.
So
she could
strong.
She could be going through something one morning and then she's gonna be streaming at 6 p.m. smiling, cheesing.
Exactly.
Just like
crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
cut
she's
the cameras,
so resilient.
Bitch. Flush the pills. You be right there. Like wow.
She'll have something going on. She'll deal with it, and she's just right back. Like
right back, yeah.
And better. Or then there's like a new idea. Like she's just she's very, very resilient.
That's another thing.
And also receptive to feedback, right? Like because she like Sham does a lot, right? And so as people who care for her, we're constantly like, all right, you need to slow down, you need to
slow it down.
We're constantly giving her feedback.
On the other day.
I sure did.
Down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but she's not defensive, right?
No.
And so like that can be very difficult when you have a friend that you care about, you want to share something with them, you want to be honest with them, and you want to give them like direct feedback. Like Sham is not the kind of person. Now she might not listen, but she took it, right? Like she listened to you. You know what I'm saying? Like she took it in, and she might listen later. But that's something that I really appreciate because there are people out there who don't realize that you're actually doing something to benefit them or because you love them, and she takes it all in.
And I like the fact that I admire the fact that you're always willing to like try something new. I feel like out of the 5 of us, me and Sham are always like changing up some type of layer, adding some new shit to us, and because it's like we just like doing that shit. But I just love that she's like, I just want to do.
Are you please?
Are you on Etsy?
Right
now.
I'm always on Etsy. Right. So
they do love it. They do.
Like I just always add something, a little different, little je ne sais quoi. You know what I'm saying? Razzmatazz, exactly. But I just love that. Like she'll be like, "Girl, I'm over here on Etsy over here. Or I'm building this new like layout." And I'm like, "Girl, what?"
Oh
but
my
she
God!
always
Sit your ass
down. That layout will switch every like my girl streams on Tuesdays, bitch. That thing gonna be different on Thursday.
Hello,
trust and believe. I'm like,
every time it's gonna be different.
I mean, she always like would change her profile photo. I remember one time like Sham, every day. Why is your Twitter profile changing?
When I first started following her, I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, who is this?
Stop the count.
But I love it. I love it so much. You know what I mean? Funny as hell. Like,
oh my God.
So I think we can like just encompass that with like just you never know what you're gonna get with her. No, the funny thing is you do, but you don't. But that's what makes you know.
If you know.
If that makes sense. Exactly.
If you know. So I would say for me, the one thing that I'm good at, I think that I'm good at controlling a room. So like whenever things feel like they're kind of getting out of hand, or like, we need to sway the conversation one way. I've been a moderator in the past, like I've done hosting and things like that. So I would say like just controlling a room, sparking conversation, continuing conversation, and trying to make sure that I include everybody. So that would be the one. I know that's crazy, but that would be like the only thing that comes to my mind immediately that I can think of that I'm like really good at.
Well, I will say that you do have a presence about you. Like when you walk into a room, everyone's like, "Oh shit, it's Courtney!" Like
Took the words right out of my mouth, Simone.
like it's in a good way. Like you just have like such a good presence about you. I'm inspired by like your writing and how you're able to like just talk so freely. Like you chatting is you in your element. Like that's where we see you like shine the most.
Yeah.
And you don't leave nobody out of it. You're absolutely correct. And I just love that you're always about Black women, as always.
Listen,
Big
the
facts.
pinnacle.
Yeah.
The pinnacle.
Yeah.
I love
for
Courtney's.
me-
Sorry, Chris.
And my
go ahead,
dress.
go fine.
Thank you, Simone. First of all, to get that by the fashion icon is like, thank you so much.
No,
Let her know, Courtney.
whatever. Well, girl, whatever.
That pearl look, bitch. That black and white dress. Please don't play with me, girl. Please.
I know, like
No, for real.
I said,
No,
oh
like,
my god,
Simone is
like
the
with
type
the
to have-
bob, with the bob.
Listen, Simone is the
Ugh.
type to have the Dior kitten
Ooh.
heels with the ribbon. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Those are yours. Those
Mm.
are very you. I love them so much. But anyway, sorry. like sorry.
I was just gonna say that I really admire and love like Courtney's like sureness of herself. Like Courtney's very much like, this is who I am. This is what you're gonna get.
Yes.
I don't like this, so I'm not gonna do it. I do like this, and I'm gonna like put whatever energy that I have to give to it. And if I don't have that space for that right now, that's okay. And we'll come back to it later. And it's just like, you know, the confidence that it's gonna be all right no matter like where she is in life, because she knows that she's gonna be okay and that it's gonna, you know, come and ebb and flow as it does. So I love that.
Mm-hmm. I like how, like for me, Courtney is hilarious to me. And like, we crack each other up. Oh my god, like Courtney is so funny to me, and she's I like her energy. Like I like how entertaining she is. Like I just you give me life. Like, and that's what I love the most. Like you're just so funny and you're just so energetic. And for me, I get y'all know my life is like a lot. So for me, it's like Courtney is like the energy that like she's like my other. This is like we haven't known each other that long, but Courtney low key feels like my other half sometimes.
Yeah,
because right, like she and I, and we talk about this. Like we have the same brain. Like we have the same. We're always thinking the same thing. So when I'm tired, I feel like she's my energy. She's like the other half of me that I would be if I didn't live the life that I have now, if that makes sense.
I can definitely see that. Yes.
Yeah, it's
you know why?
Because
like both of our risings are Cancer, I think, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like we have like it'll be like something she'll say, or like she'll text me something, and I was literally about to text her the same exact thing.
And
I'll be like, bitch.
That's like
every so time. Crazy.
So I just love her energy and just that's my girl. That's my girl.
Thank you. I love y'all so much. Like you really don't even know.
Love you too.
Yeah, like it was y'all were such a like breath of fresh air, something I was not expecting, to come out of. Again, I talk about it all the time. Like I was perfectly fine with following my 60 people. Like having my 60 people around me, right? Like I was cool with my little 12 followers. Like everything was going well. But one of the main things that I love coming out of this is meeting you guys. And even if the Corner 5 doesn't do anything, I've gained a sisterhood of women who are just like astounding in their own right. And like, I was thinking about the other night. We're like really gorgeous.
I love that.
I wish I could see my face expressions right now.
Wait, are you shocked? Wait, Kate, are you shocked? Wait, Kate,
no. I'm agreeing 100%. I'm just like, listen.
No,
if I would scam her money.
Yeah, no, because I was literally like thinking about this the other day. Because something, I don't know what Fi did yesterday. Something happened with Fi, and I was like, she's so gorgeous. And I was like, bitch, we all bad. This is crazy.
No, like, she's not wrong. Courtney's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to brag, but I'm like, yo, like all right, it's a nice little set. So.
Right.
Group full of baddies.
Beautiful inside out.
Right. Thank you. No, Sham, did you say? Sham, did you get to say?
I was coming in.
Okay.
Coming in hot. If it's one thing I could say about Court, just to piggyback, everything that y'all said is exactly correct. But Court has a way of making people feel seen. And that kind of goes back to what she was talking about, like including everyone and stuff. Even times like Court has hit me up or just sent me something that made me smile, or like on the days where you're really feeling bad and like you feel like you're smiling and joking with people and you feel like nobody really sees that you're struggling. And there's been days where like Court has just read and didn't even know what she did when she did it, but just reached out or said a kind word or just checked in. And it's nice when like, you know, everybody's around you and it's a bunch of moving parts, but there's somebody that sees you and knows that you're not okay. And they're like, you know, how can I help? Like, how can I make you feel better? Here's a dog. We love that. It'll be a random.
Here's a dog.
It's like I'm like losing my mind, like rocking, like with the Mary J. Blige scarf around my head and the sunglasses. And Court be like, "Look at this dog," and you be like, "You know what? I can stay out of grippy socks today." But Court has a way you can be in a room full of people, and you're kind of just like, and not even just like physically, but like figuratively, like just in life. And you feel like everybody around you doesn't see you. And Court, like, she just has a way of letting you know that somebody sees you. I'm about to cry.
Well, now I'm crying.
Yeah, I'm like,
Sorry.
over here
Thank you.
crying.
No, yes. Like, I don't know what was going on. I think I tweeted something, and, like, it was something about, like, my dad had passed away. Like, it was, like, an anniversary or something. And, like, Court had texted me, or was it Mother's Day? Child, my brain be smooth,
It was,
right?
I think it was when we were, we hadn't even, like, we were just DMs at this point. And I think it was about your mom.
And you had hit me, like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And I was just
because
like,
I was just like,
so sweet.
you know, because you know people, right? Like, it's like, even if I don't know you, you know people. And so it's like, how would I feel in this moment? And I just could not imagine. And so it was like, I need to hit her up because I need her to know that, like, this was not okay. But I want her to know that she can, like, talk to me, even if she doesn't feel comfortable. I told Sham the first time I said anything to Sham, I was like, yo, like, you're talking about depression, talking about this and that. I've been on pills for like the past year. If you're scared, my DMs are open to you. Like, because I want people to feel the same as I would, right? Like, I want people to understand that there is somebody out there. If there's nobody else that you have in your circle, like, I want to be that person in your circle because I have people like that. And I just want to, like, pay it forward.
That just really reminds me of when I hit you up. I was so nervous about my vitiligo diagnosis, which was coupled with potential like inflammation, lupus stuff. So I was just very like scared and nervous. And you were just like, you know, if you have any questions, you know, like it was very, at that time we were also just DMs and timeline. So, but you were just so open to talk to me about like your experience with vitiligo and everything. And I just really appreciate you, Courtney.
Of course. I appreciate you. And also you're gorgeous. So who gives a fuck about a spot or two? Like,
one thing Courtney's going to do is tap in. Hello?
Hello? Quickly.
One thing Court will do is tap in with you. Like, you good? All right.
All right. Are you not? Are you
and who do we need to fight?
Right.
Because it's been a while.
She texted me and was like, Kia and I, she said, somebody's messing with Sham. We got to go fight.
Right. I said, Kia already down there. I could book my flight by, give me like Friday by 2. And I'm outside.
Time and date and geographic times. I was like,
We got to go fight is hilarious. We got to go
so
fight.
funny. I'm gonna see if I can find that exact text message.
Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry, y'all. We have like 9 minutes. We need.
Yes.
Oh, 5.
We have to do 5.
Hold on.
Bye.
9 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
No. Well, technically, but yeah, we're not, you know, she can be late.
I'll make it real quick. I think that I am good at collaboration.
Exactly, Courtney.
I know. That's why I'm like, oh.
That's the problem.
That was the silent part because I wasn't about it.
Exactly.
Come on, girl.
I think I'm good at collaboration. Part of the reason why I started doing like streaming and cosplaying was to experience things. I'm a very much like group experiencer type person. Like I will watch something over just to watch it to watch with someone who's watching for the first time. Like that's just kind of how I am with nature. So like I love doing things with people. So when it comes to like my webtoon streams, where I'm like just bringing people together to talk about like common things that we enjoy, or just like even this what we have right now, getting us together to stream, and then like that leading to the Corner 5 5. I think I'm really good at that. And then for a little hee hee ha ha, nobody is seeing me on downloading lyrics to your brain and then using it as a second language.
At all.
Hey.
No one's seeing you with that. No.
And I love
Not at
an
all.
ad lib, but I ain't got shit on 5. I ain't got shit on 5.
Her memory be on point, impeccable. I'm like, bitch, I forgot all about this. Like, damn. But seriously, though, I would say one of the things that I love and admire about you is just you just are able to see things differently. Like, you see all sides of it. You can really like diffuse a situation. You just know the right things to say. Like, you, another one that speaks life into people when they're down, or you could just like see a situation and be like, well, you know, see it from this perspective. And I don't know if it's because you're a social worker, probably, but like, you just also, you could just like be like, well, I get why you're mad, but look at it like this way, and this, that, and the third. And you can you're just so easy to talk to and to just be around. Like, you're so comforting. It's I don't know. It felt good when I was like at your house and just like hanging out and all this other stuff. It always feels good when I talk to you. Like, I'm not gonna not ever like decline your call unless I'm busy.
I agree. She's very, very easygoing, but at the same time, I love how Fi is also on it. I mean, because I'm one of those people too who, like, you know, I like to be on it, and Fi is also on it, and I love that. And I just, Fi, yes, you're very comforting, and you're so nice, and it's so natural. It's so, just like Simone said, you're so easy to talk to, because remember how I said that at first I was a little intimidated. Like, I was like, oh, like I'm going to meet Fi. Like, oh my God, it's Fi. Because I didn't know you at the time. But then I met you and I'm like, she is the sweetest, just most genuine. Like, you're always yourself. You are always yourself. Like you said, when you're gaming and stuff, you're screaming and, you know, doing all that and stuff. But it's funny, and you're being you. Like, I love that you are you. You don't care. You're smart. You're so damn smart, by the way. You're so intelligent. I love that about you. My goodness. And you are gorgeous. Just saying. Like,
yes,
gorgeous.
I'm about to mute up. I'm about to start crying.
Like, no, literally, I will be in Fi's stream and I'm like, she's so pretty.
Yes,
Kris, hold on one
exactly. That's why I
second.
said I don't know what the fuck she was doing yesterday, but I was like, what's going on in here? I know Sham I know Sham said that she wanted to go next. So
okay, go ahead, Sham. Sorry.
Yeah, when it comes to Fi, the way like Fi and I have been friends for quite a long time at this point. And when it comes to Fi, when I tell you we will have a whole conversation, I never had to open my mouth. I just gotta look at her. If my phone rings, if something happens and my phone rings, not only do I know who it is, I know exactly what is about to be said. And it's so funny. And it's just like certain stuff. Like, I could just look at Fi and look right at her eyes, look at her face, and know exactly what's going on with her. And when I tell you, like, I had a whole breakdown talking to Fi when I went to Tennessee. And it was like some sentences I didn't even have to finish because I know she knew what I was saying. And it's nice when it's like, you're scared, you're not in a place where you want to let out everything that you have to say or how you feel. And it's somebody that just knows you and knows you well. Sometimes I feel like they know you better than you know you. And Fi, like, from the day that I met her to the day that I first met her in person, she's always felt as comfortable. It's like, I've known, like, friendship with Fi is as easy as breathing. And
Yes.
I don't have to worry.
That is lovely.
It's literally easy as breathing. Like, if I met her the first day I met Fi in person, you would have thought we known each other for years. It feels like her friendship feels like we've known each other for a lifetime.
Yes.
And that's something I really, really treasure and I really honor. Like, it's I love Fi really, really bad. And I just hope you know how much of a light in a dark place you are to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Jeez. I love you guys.
I
love
think,
you
like,
guys so much. I'm sorry.
love you,
Shammy. Step out. I love
Have
y'all
fun,
so bad.
Shammy.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you,
baby.
Shammy, for coming through.
No
I
problem.
appreciate you.
Love y'all bad.
Have fun, Sham.
Love you.
Bye,
Yes,
baby.
have
Love
fun.
you. Be safe. For me, I would say Fi. I've known Fi, I think, the less out of everybody. But what I've known so far is just like such a beautiful spirit. So, like, obviously, yes, you are a beautiful physically beautiful human being, but like you also have just such a beautiful spirit that Kris and I joke a lot and say that we're the mean ones out of the group. But like you really are the person that's just like, okay, let's take a step back and look at this from all angles, or like, no, I totally see you coming from here. And this point, I see this. However, what about this? Right. And so again, I don't know if that comes from you being a social worker, but I do feel that even if, we've only just begun to start our friendship, over the corner 5, I do see that from you with everyone else and me. And I don't know. I think there's something about a person who is still comfortable with themselves, but still question certain things that gives you that little bit of like, they're still willing to change or grow in a way that they haven't seen yet. And to me, that's very fascinating because again, I'm very sure of myself. That's probably my Leo moon. But I'm very sure of myself. And so I like seeing people be like, you know what? I don't know if this is good enough for me, or I don't know if this is right for me. And then you get straight to the point with stuff. And so it's like you go from like being super duper sweet, super duper gentle, super duper kind to being like, all right, bitch, we gotta wrap this shit up. And so I really, I really do appreciate all facets of you as a person, like as a human being.
You remind me of water. And I know that may sound weird, but it's like you're like, no, seriously, because
you can take up the space.
Yeah, she's flowing. Yeah. You're always flowing, but you can be solid. You could be liquid. Like you can be like you're so many things, Fi. And there was something you said, Courtney, that I wanted to touch on, but I can't remember shit. Like you had just said it. Damn. It has something to do with what'd you say? Was something about her. Like the fact that yes, like you can be sure of something, but then also question it. That's what makes you so relatable too. Like you're not too hard on the outside, you're not too like, this is it. This is what it is. Blah, blah. You gonna get this from me, blah, blah, blah. Like you're soft though at the same time. And it makes you relatable. It makes you just approachable. And you. Yeah. And there's a beauty to that. I love that you can be all of these things. And
you're one of those people that's like, if anybody doesn't like Fi, I'm like,
that's
you're questioning. That's crazy, you. Right?
Exactly.
There's people like, I know that people not gonna like me, right? And I'm fine with that. Like I could care less. But if somebody ever said, "Oh, I don't like Fi," I'd be like, "Bitch,
what's wrong with you?"
Right?
And not just because you're my friend.
Exactly.
Right, like not just because you're my friend, but just because I've gotten to know you as a person, I'll be like, "What the fuck is like? Who are you?" Right? Like I would really question that because that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Like that doesn't make
it don't make no sense.
It really doesn't.
Help me understand.
Yeah, it's just and not even to be dramatic, Fi. I genuinely don't know if there's anyone I've met who's like you.
Same.
Like, and that's what I'm saying.
All 5 of y'all. All 5 of y'all, all 4 of y'all. I can say about all 4 of y'all.
Yeah,
like there's nobody. Like all of you have something that I'm missing out of myself, right? And so it's like it ends up being like, oh, I've never met anybody like this, and it also could be because I've never had friends that watched anime or read, memoirs or BLs or anything like that. But it's more so like I've never met anybody who encapsulates who you guys are outside of you. And like Fi is one of those like people who I've never met anybody like her. Like to grow up on a farm, I'm just like, ooh.
she's literally one of a kind. Like such a light. Just
facts.
Yeah.
An amazing friend too. So
absolutely.
Go on and cry.
No, I'm literally my regular mic has I'm really, really glad that we took the time. So thank you, Simone, for this idea. I'm glad that we took the time to do this. And even in the spirit of like Women's Month, I really wanted to uplift each other's. And I love that we do that in our streams. And like even as a collective, I want to speak life to us as a group. Like we are very I just want to say intentional and maybe even like forward leading. I don't remember if it was Kris or Simone. Somebody earlier said that there's not a lot of Black women in this space that's coming together and doing something like this. So
as a collective.
as a collective, correct. And but also like I'm not even sure the words I'm trying to say. It's just we have something really, very special, and I value it. And like Courtney said, even if it doesn't go anywhere, we have each other, and I know that you guys would always have my back, and fiercely. And I really, I love you all. I appreciate it so much.
It's priceless. I think what we have is truly priceless. Like I don't think I could experience this with anyone else this way. Like I don't. It's not going to happen.
Listen, I'm finna be 37 years old. I've never had a group of girlfriends like this.
Right.
Like my homegirls, and not like my best friend. I talk about her a lot, but my best friend Kia, I'm friends with, we're friends with other girls together, but they were her friends first and they became my friends. Like this is one of those situations where we all just like literally came together. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
And so I don't think that I can't see a version of me, and I'm a girl's girl. I can't see a version of me ever coming into a space and being like, okay, we have this collective, we're doing this thing together. Like we can share ideas with each other. We can even disagree and still say why we're disagreeing with each other. And it's not something that's like, judgmental or I'm mad at this person or anything like that. It's like, okay, look, like I'm not feeling this. and like everybody will listen. Everybody's like, no, I get that. Okay, well, here's the thing. I do feel this, right? And so we'll listen to each other. We'll say, we'll compromise. We'll figure things out. And I really do appreciate that. It shows a level of maturity, and it also shows a level of like respect for each other, not just like loving each other, but like respecting one another and going from there.
Thank you guys for speaking life into me. It can be very hard to like see things about yourself, but it's super easy to say things about the people you care about.
Oh, absolutely.
100.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I got me over here tearing up.
Looks like a kid. Oh, and Ked, I love that you brought us together too on the pod. Thanks for having us as well.
You see a lot of like the discourse about the anime community and like the toxicity, or everybody's clicking up, and you see all the negative stuff that comes out of this. And I really do feel like y'all are. I can only speak to my experience. My experience has been positive, but I feel like particularly the Corner 5 has been a positive experience for me. I would not take away from, Black Anime Twitter, AD, like none of those. I will not take away from that because it brought all of us together in a different kind of way. So I personally am grateful for that space, to even, find 5 individual people who have like minds or have like spirits or can be somebody's other half. Like who even knew that, right? So like unless you would come together and find that out, I'm always just appreciative of all of these spaces that we've been in.
Ladies, there's a lot that I could say, and for again, just having you all on this pod, truly for me, it's like I this is why I wanted to do this. I wanted to, one, celebrate the 5 of you. And I know Sham is not here, she had to step away, but still the fact that the 5 of you gravitated towards each other and were able to create something so beautiful together. It's really inspiring to me in a different light, because it shows that the community can bring us together for different reasons, and despite all the toxicity, despite all the negative shit that has been going on and things of that nature, there were some positive gems that were created because of that. So seeing the 5 of you do what you do is nothing short of inspiring, and should be inspiring to a lot of people. Now, I know that I had like a last few couple of questions here, but I think truly that you guys have answered it all. The only thing that I want to do, and I know that I'm a Black man, so the one thing that I did want to at least ask, because I know y'all are 5 women and 5 Black women at that, when we look at your streaming journey, I just want to know, like, as far as the 5 of you, what, if any, were there any negative stereotypes that have been thrown your way, or any negative stigmas that have been thrown your way? And if so, what have y'all done to overcome that, or are attempting to overcome?
Ooh.
Shit.
So
We're
for
anime
me,
fans.
I
We're
know,
gamers.
like,
Like,
yeah, okay.
go ahead, Kris.
So
Yeah,
for
Kris
sure.
definitely. Kris is definitely one of those
Mhm.
ones where she's like, she has a majority male fan base because she plays RPGs and she plays them fucking well. Like, she's one of those people who I remember telling her when she first started streaming, I was like, I can already tell who your fan base is going to be because of how you are, right? Like, just you're so fucking good. Like, you're just good at gaming. If you turn the camera off, you wouldn't know that she was a woman. And I don't mean to be sexist with the gaming
Right.
shit.
No, I get what
Just
you're
based
saying.
off of what we've seen from the industry, right? So it's like you wouldn't even know that. So I'm gonna let her tackle that first because
Yeah.
she's the main one.
Yeah. So I recently just finished Elden Ring. I beat it. And what's crazy is, when that game came out, everyone was like, oh my God, this game is like ridiculous, blah, 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 all this stuff about it. And I'm like, okay, like, and people were like, you should try it, because they've seen me play God of War, they've seen me play Final Fantasy 16 recently. I played, whatever else. And they were like, yeah, you should try Elden Ring. They're like, I really want to see, because I'm also really calm, like I don't rage. So they were like, I want to see Elden Ring like test you. I want to see, you rage to that. And I'm like, all right, bring it. So I decided to play it,
and my girl was cool as a damn
cucumber, baby.
Ill. I would have been through my controller. I would have stopped the stream.
Baby,
I would have been
I
pissed.
played that game for 20 minutes and did not make it. So I was in that. I was in them streams rooting for you, baby, because that was like, and you were enjoyable to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
like,
you, boo.
Because you don't rage, it's like, oh, maybe it's not so bad.
Right.
Yeah, I've had people like say like I make games look fun, and to me that is the biggest compliment in the world. Because again, when I went into this, I'm like, I'm just playing these games for fun, but I'm having people say like, I'm getting this game because of you. I'm changing my build in Elden Ring because of you, and I'm like, wow, me? Like I'm just playing. But anyway, so to answer the original question, yeah, for sure. I've experienced negative things and stereotypes. I remember one time on Twitter, I tweeted, this was when I had reached like 600 followers. This was like months ago. And I tweeted and I was like, hey, I just hit 600 followers on Twitch. Oh my God. Of course, some faceless, nameless person on Twitter was like, oh, you must have had a nip slip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I'm glad I did not see that comment.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, oh, and all I did was quote, and I said, who's going to tell him? Because, like literally, because first of all, I wear t-shirts.
Can't even see my titties.
I literally, I don't
my
even
girl keeps on
try.
Face value.
Literally, like I wear t-shirts. I might throw on a tank top every now and then. Like I literally wear nothing but like big t-shirts when I stream. And all I do is game. I haven't even streamed for a year, and not to toot my own horn, but I'm at 1,700 followers right now.
Hello.
And it's like
that part.
Talk about it.
And they're following me because I mean, well, I'm assuming, I guess, because like I'm good at the game, and I guess they like to watch me play. It has nothing to do with like me trying to give off sex appeal. But of course, that is the stereotype. The stereotype is, oh, like you're going to wear low cut shirts and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. Like I literally wear t-shirts. Sometimes I even throw on a fucking hat. Like I just, you know what I mean? So yeah, for sure. And then you get, people in the comments saying things like, oh, she's not going to make it. She's, you got to get good, blah, blah, blah. Just the typical, nonsense. Thankfully though, to be completely honest though, I would say like 90%, not even, I would say like 95% of my experience has been positive. Believe it or not, maybe it's because like I'm pretty good at the games.
It's definitely because you're pretty good.
Yeah, you be killing me.
It's definitely
that's really what it is.
Because I was gonna, I mean, I would assume, yeah, like if I were sucking the whole time, people would be very mean to me. I'm sure. Which I think is unfortunate, and that's a conversation we could kind of have another day. We could definitely tackle that another day. I don't want to go on forever, but because it's not right to clearly harass women just because gaming is about having fun. It's not about how good you are. Games are meant to be enjoyed, and if someone chooses to stream that game and stream their experience from their point of view, then let them do that. I mean, I could go on. Oh my God, because
you're not going to be passionate about it. Like,
I think
for sure, God, when I started,
people
get better. I like that. Like,
yeah.
I think that was like one of my insecurities going into streaming, because like I know like I'm not a Kris. Like I enjoy games, but I'm not. It takes me a minute to get into. About I look at my like trajectory with The Last of Us, to where I'm like, I don't do shooters. Shooters is not for me. To me, like knocking these zombies' heads off. So,
my girl was getting single one-shot kills.
I
Like,
know that.
wow.
Yeah, Fi has
exactly.
also improved for sure. Yeah, so it's just it's and even when I start a game, when I started Elden Ring, I sucked. Like I was trying to beat the first boss and I couldn't do it. I could not beat that first boss at first. So it's like it just takes a while. And then you get people who try and tell you what to do, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, so I've definitely experienced the stereotypical rude ass comments for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, I don't know. I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff, which is bad. But I would say maybe the only thing I would say like overcoming is still streaming. Because when I don't like to do something, or when something doesn't fit, everything that I've done, I exceed at, right? So like every job I've wanted, I get it. Every time I've like tried to be successful at something, I've done it. And so streaming is one of those long cons that has me like, bitch, why the fuck? You know what I mean? Like you have to like slowly build. It's a slow build. And so it's one of those things where I probably would have quit in my 20s, where I would have been like, you know what, it's not making me enough money. I'm not doing the thing. Like, I'm just going to quit. So I would say what I've overcome is just like believing that I can do something, because honestly too, when you start streaming, a lot of people fall off, right? So like, you know, some people will be like, I want to stream, and they'll start streaming and they won't stream again for like months and months and months. The one thing I would say is that I've stayed committed to it. And that's something that I would have never done. The other thing I would say is, as an anime person, I've been watching anime since I was a child. You know, I have like older brothers. Everything I watch is usually because of them. And so I just became my own fan and watched other things. And so I tend to get a lot of male stupidity in my comments. And it could be because, you know, sometimes I do post a thirst trap, or sometimes like I just started showing my face like last year. So, you know, just like, you know, trying to find the balance between like people taking me seriously, but also like, you know, monetizing the fact that like I do look a certain kind of way. Has been difficult. I do feel like when my account first started, I was taken more seriously from the anime perspective, because again, I wasn't posting myself. And then once I started like posting like me, niggas would like hate follow me, I think. And so like they would like, you know, question my shit, or like, you know, say like stupid shit. So I would say like just overcoming the odds of, because I'll even answer some people with, sometimes I don't, but most of the time, like if it's questioning me about something that they think I don't know, I like making people feel stupid.
And I love it.
Yeah, especially niggas. So I definitely will do that. So I would say just being like a female anime, I hate content creation, but like to be an anime content creator, to be a woman, a Black woman in this space, particularly thinking that Black women are supposed to look a certain way or talk a certain way or do certain things in this space, I would say I've overcome that.
Good. Good to hear. Good to hear.
I guess for me, my Twitch experience has been relatively positive. I only had like one or two trolls. Like
that's it.
Yeah, just like drop in and that was for my birthday stream, and they posted a link, and these niggas is very creative, because I'm thinking like, oh, they following me, like, okay, cool. And they were nice in the beginning. Nuts. That shit was nuts. And then they like dropped this like link. They were like, oh, I found you from this page or whatever. Drop the link. And I'm looking, and all of a sudden racist remarks and porn popped up trying to get my shit sniped. So
oh my god.
And I got a little emotional, because I'm like, bro, like it's my birthday, like we're not doing this.
Oh my god.
But we pulled it together.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Like everyone was like the thing is, like I had all my mods were there. Mostly there was this like they were all like, Courtney was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, no one knew.
I said, bitch, what link? Because I ain't seen no fucking link.
Wait,
Right.
what?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I
was
popped
moving
into your
like
birthday
so fast.
stream. Yeah, I must have
so
not been in
then-
there at the time.
So like it was like, I was like in the beginning, like just like talking or whatever, and
like at the very
everyone,
beginning.
it just like happened. Like it was a bunch of follows, and then they started like they went. I think 'cause I still had the 10 minutes on, and like they popped in and they were like, yeah, we see you just then they're like on this like Twitch thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm on the front page for real, like.
So wait, it was a raid?
No, it was just like people randomly following.
It was
so
like a random person. Yeah.
And then like 2 people were like, yeah, we see you on this app. Like, I feel like they probably knew each other and did that shit. And then like all of that happened. And I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm not gonna let them like stop because they're gonna be racist and all this other bullshit. So I'm just like, whatever. And I still had fun. And I gave myself precautions like for that.
And you made that money too. You made a lot of money.
And I made my exactly. So like I made my Twitch bucks, made my tips, you know what I'm saying? So I think like when it comes to like the only thing I have to overcome really with like Twitch is really just myself. And just trying different things. Like me and Kris had a conversation, like, the fact that she was able out of all of us to really like diversify her audience, like it's very admiring. And she's like, okay, we could figure it out. Like what you can do to kind of like help. Because I appreciate and I love our community so much, but I know like we all stream at the same time. You need sometimes. More. And then and I do need more like people who are willing to like sub and all this other stuff. And I hate the fact that I feel like at first I wasn't gonna do a tipathon because I was like, I feel like I'm just asking for a lot from my community, but they show up and show out all the time. So I feel like I've been more than like tested more so in the cosplay space, like, which is insane. Like last year I had like 2 motherfuckers comment on my weight. Whenever I post whenever I post a photo of myself in cosplay, and I just be like, whatever. Like it's so tired to me that I'm just like, that's the only thing you can say. You can't say I'm ugly, but you could just
can't say I'm broke, can't say I'm ugly.
You can't say nothing.
Can't say I'm unfunny.
Hello.
Shit.
Yeah, you just have to comment on my weight or be like, well, this person is not black. And I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. And like I just respond in a nice, tasteful manner because my brother follows me on Twitter. I do have a couple of like coworkers and bosses on Twitter. So I try to be like calm about it.
You be posting?
It's too late. I don't think they even be on there. I don't think they really be on there like
know
that.
me. You know what I'm saying? Like, know me.
Then you might as well respond. And you might as well respond in like a new way. You might as well.
I might as well, but then I don't because at one point I did like post the things that I was doing with work, and I was like, I don't want to, but everyone just be coming at the person, and I'll just be like, damn, like I don't even have to say much because like it's like the Avengers like assemble. Like my own friends be like texting me on the side, like outside of it, they be like, who the fuck is this? All right, I'm gonna say something like
right. Make
that
sure
don't be on any Twitter. Yeah, so like it'd be a lot sometimes, but I don't let that stop me from cosplaying. This is my body and this is what it's gonna be. Of course I want to like lose weight and all that stuff, but that's for me. Like I'm not doing anything for like the male gaze, honestly. It's for the women and the baddies, you know what I'm saying? So as long as they say they like my cosplay and that I look good in it, that's what matters to me. So yeah, like I just try not to like let it get me down. And I was just like, oh, I got my first like troll, and I was like, damn, I think I'm making some movement in the cosplay space.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I made it.
So
whenever niggas block me, like when men block me, I'm like, yes, I made it. I really made a staple. I've done it. Yeah, you gotta take pride in that shit. Fuck it.
And I do. I'll be like,
haters are when you really fucking made it, bro. Like I know that sounds crazy, but like a motherfucker hating you just because, girl, like
haters gonna hate, potatoes are gonna potate.
Potate. Crazy.
Gotta love Fi.
Fi, your thoughts? What you've overcome?
No, there has been a kind of like what I was speaking to earlier about like not being like super good at the games in the beginning. There's been a couple people who've been like, oh, you better shoot straight or something. And it's kind of hard to tell through the screen because it's like there could just be, it could be like encouraging in their own way,
Right.
but when it's like random
Yeah.
people coming in, I don't know you, it's kind of
Right.
like, but I do think there's been like some that's kind of like, okay, like I'm enjoying the game, like how I enjoy it, and yeah, it's just, I'm just having fun. So that's really what I want to keep focusing on. And then yeah, cosplay is really where I've been tested, especially on TikTok, child. That's where they really get you, like that.
TikTok is
Yep.
nasty.
Mm-hmm. So you get a lot of the, oh well, that character isn't black, or you
Come
don't
up with
really
a new
know
one.
this. I'm just like,
So tired. So
Come up with
tired.
something else. New
Get
material.
new material. Yes.
get
Please.
something new, please.
God, like, I'm
But
like,
at the end
okay.
of the day, they're all fake, and they're not white either. And it's usually like, you know,
Hello?
white people telling you like, oh, this person isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you don't tell the white creators that, you know.
Exactly.
Ever.
So yeah, it's just really having to remember like why I'm doing it, and like Simone said, it's for my enjoyment and for the baddies, and just because I love, it's like a homage to, like, an appreciation to the medium. Like, I love this anime, I love this character, so showing my love is manifested through cosplay. It's through talking about webtoons on stream and stuff like that. So that's what keeps me going and overcoming those types of things.
Ladies, I appreciate your answers here, and thank you for dropping those gems here for the pod and just for yourselves. Honestly, before we get up out of here, I do first and foremost again want to say thank you to all 5 of you for just being able to join me on this space and just being able to talk about your journeys. I want to give my flowers to Sham, but I know that she's not on here, but I'm still going to do it anyway. So whenever you hear the Sham, just know, of course, you are appreciated. I appreciate your comedy. Your just like Fi, you also speak life into myself. So I thank you 100% just for that, and for everything that you do, whether it be in stream or on the timeline or just when we're texting back and forth. You have truly been a positive influence, and I cannot thank you enough for just the positive energy and the laughs that you have brought. As you said, you know, you may tell a joke, you ain't gonna tell a lie, and you are exactly that. And I just appreciate that, and I appreciated AWA 2022 because I've, you know, had finally got to meet you face to face, which brings me to Kris, which oddly enough, Kris, you know, again, stays right around the corner from me. But oddly enough, the first time that I met her face to face was at AWA 2022.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, that's insane. I was like, wait, you stay there? And he's like, wait,
Yep.
you stay there? And I'm like, bitch, we need to hang out. Well, not bitch, sorry. I say it to my girls all the time. You can
Yes.
tell, like, I be
It's a
talking to
noun.
my girls.
Bitch is a noun.
Right, it's a
Bitch is
noun. It's a noun.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah. And I
It's
was just
cool.
like,
I
oh
did it
my
the other
God.
day, and I
Like, we
said,
need
Jesus
to.
Christ, my bad. Like, that was what
And
I meant
I
for
use
you.
girl. I use girl.
We all do.
Like,
Yep.
I use
Girl.
it all the time. I say girl even when I'm talking to men too. But yeah.
We
Sorry,
all
Ken,
do.
but yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
as a you know, an endearing term, which is why I don't get no offense to it whatsoever. It don't matter to me. You know, I'm comfortable in who I am. But either way,
Love that.
Kris,
Love that.
yeah, I still appreciate everything that you've done, all the talks that we've had, the
Thanks,
interactions
babe.
on the timeline, and just your straightforwardness as well. Because every now and again, you do need that straight man or woman to come in and just, you know, be like, hey, you know, what's going on? This is what needs to, you know, be done. And just even in conversation, it's like, okay, cool. And then plus, I also love your competitive side because listen, I am seeing you game all the games that I love to play, and then I'm just like, yo, I got to get back on these games. And then the fact that we could talk Mortal Kombat every day, and then
Yes.
I see you again. I'm watching you stream the Mortal Kombat 1 demo, and you're playing on very hard, and you're still like absolutely whooping ass. I'm just sitting here
Crazy.
like, well, damn, yo, I don't go to very hard like at first. I stick to hard, and then I eventually move.
No,
back
you
up,
have
but
to start on the hardest setting first. You have to.
I see that now, but it's like I'm still, you know, I've gained that experience just watching you, and I'm just like, yo, she's still, you know, I know that I talked my shit one time. Like, now you ain't gonna be able to see me in Mortal Kombat. And when I watched her game, I'm like, she might kick my ass. So let me make sure that I'm well prepared, you know, to at least get maybe 1 or 2 rounds off of her, and then I'll be good. But still, the fact that we're even able to talk about the games and just able to talk about life whenever we do get the opportunity, I
And
can't
we
thank you
even
enough.
hung out too. Like the fact that we can hit each other up and be like, hey, like, let's go have lunch, which we are trying to do again also.
absolutely.
Sometime soon for sure. But yeah, no,
Yes.
I'm so glad we met too, Kid. And it's awesome also to have someone nearby, because we don't always get that. Like we
Right.
talk to people online all the time, but to have someone close by is very, very nice. It's really nice.
And I definitely appreciate that as well. The other person that I met in AWA 2022 was Courtney. And
Hi.
Hi.
yeah, it's so strange, but interacting with her on the timeline and then seeing her face to face is so refreshing to have someone like Courtney around, because as everyone else has said, when she walks into a room, it's just like bam, you already know, like she's commanding that presence in general, even when she doesn't try. And so granted, I knew who it was the moment that she walked in that hotel room. I'm like, that's Courtney, ain't it? Okay, let me go introduce myself. So, and then just having conversations outside of whenever we're potting, or even in our chat for the pod itself, for Shougo High, by the way, it's always just good knowing that you have someone who was always thinking 10 steps ahead, and it's like, wait, before we talk about this, let's think about this and make sure that we're all on the same page. So it's really great to have that kind of presence around. And yes, I know that, as you said, you're about to turn 37, and obviously that means you have a little more experience between all of us, but that is a great thing to have, because sometimes when you're bouncing off ideas, some ideas may not be the best, and you want to be like, well, wait a minute, before you go dive into that, let's think about this first. So to have you around has been such a joy and a pleasure. And for my listeners, there's a reason why her voice is at the beginning and end of each of my pods now. And it's not just because I really love her voice. It's just because I love her that much. It's like, nah, you need that commanding female voice to come in and bring your ass to attention. Like, oh shit, wait a minute, what's going on? So there is a reason I have that. So Courtney, once again, just thank you for everything that you do, and I appreciate all the conversations that we had, whether it's about anime or just about life in general.
Thank you. Love you,
Yes.
kid.
Love you too. Now, for the two that I met at DreamCon 2022, which is Simone and Phi. Now, I can't say enough about Simone. I've already given her flowers about music, but just again, the fact that she's always smiling, the fact that she always has a positive attitude, the fact that she always kills her cosplays, like it's not even close with all the cosplays that she drops. I'm just sitting here like, yo, ain't nobody seeing her in this cosplay thing, and maybe somebody else might out. Who knows? You could talk about all the other famous or semi-famous cosplayers out there in our community, but Simone puts a lot of work
both of them
in detail,
Yeah.
and both of them actually do. But
Yeah.
I wanted to be sure I separate that. But Simone, like when it just comes to your energy, and when it just comes to your positivity and everything that you do, like I genuinely just can't thank you enough. And the fact that you were, always laughing and always just keeping us upbeat, I think that's just like really, really important to have, because as we said, happiness is fleeting, and the fact that we just got this big ball of joy that comes in and says like, hey, let's lighten the mood a little bit. So I definitely appreciate it, even when some of y'all on the timeline, when y'all do the simp thing, and it's just like the comments that Simone will make will be off the wall. I'm like, that's Simone. You know what? I enjoy it because ain't nobody gonna say that but Simone. So
Are they off the wall though? I feel like Simone's pretty tame.
I'm pretty calm. Like,
yeah, she pretty tame.
Some of the
like
ones that I saw,
Stoney beats me. Like, I be redacting.
No, what was that one?
Tony
What
is
was that one that
crazy.
Mike made a little banner of when you were talking about? Yeah,
I just want to.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
What did I say? I said
something about.
I want to.
I don't even want a relationship.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Mama
well,
Cat. I'm sorry.
Mama Cat.
Mama Cat.
Damn.
Y'all are fine.
I just want to. I said I just want to fuck something or some shit like that. I don't want to date. I just want to fuck something and go. Some shit. I just said some off the wall shit. I'm gonna find the banner though. I need to put that back up on there. Fine, whatever, man. Don't bring that up.
But I just want to say, meeting you standing in that line at DreamCon in Dallas was an absolute pleasure, and I'm glad that it turned into the friendship that it did. And I just appreciate you for everything that you do and everything that you have to offer in terms of just your life, and how what you bring to my life is valued. So I just wanted to give you your flowers there.
Thank you.
Lastly, Fi. Now meeting you for the first time at that party. At Pinky Sensei's party, and I was inebriated, but it's crazy. Yeah, it definitely would a time. It's crazy how you can remember somebody just off rip being inebriated. Because I again at that point, I don't think I had too many interactions with you at that point, but just actually seeing you face to face for the first time, I was like, okay, I've seen her name before, and that should say a lot about the person when even when you're inebriated, you're able to remember that person and be like, oh, I remember, I know her. We had to talk about this, and that. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, I really can't speak enough about you, and just again your positivity as well, and just being able to speak life into others, and including me. And I just know that even throughout that tumultuous beginning of 2023 and all the bullshit that happened with there, just the fact that we were able to bounce off each other and just stay positive for one another is something that I cherish deeply. And then on top of that, again, your cosplays are 1,000% up there too. Like you be killing the game too, and I don't want anybody to think that they can tell you any different, because they can't. So when you go out here and when you cosplay, or when you go to these cons and you are on the missions that you set yourself out to do, and you go ahead and accomplish whatever that you have to do, I just wanted to point out that there is nobody who I consider as diligent as you. And I actually, I just want to say that, hearing how farmhand Fi, how she's got, everybody in check and whatnot, it keeps everybody on schedule. That's the kind of time I was on, and I kind of based my DreamCon 2023 off of that. It's like,
hello.
Okay, yeah. So this like, here's what I'm doing. I'm doing this, and then we keep it to a schedule here. So with that in mind, like I appreciate like your forward thinking. I appreciate everything that you've done, and again the friendship that we've had for these last year and a half, going on 2 years now. Like I can't thank you enough just for you being you. And on top of that, nobody can see you on these DMX. So like any DMX songs that you got, ain't nobody seen Fi. Like I know some DMX songs, and I've been a fan since I was a kid, but when it comes to Fi, she got me beat like 100%.
With anything,
100%
on Earl.
I'm telling you.
Speaking of Pinky Sensei, I'm pretty sure I did DMX at that karaoke event.
Yes, you did.
We did. Like, if I was a man, nobody but God himself could stop me from getting on one knee proposing to Fi after seeing her perform DMX.
Exactly.
And look, I know I joke about Fi being with the Noops and whatnot. No thanks to no thanks to Glove. But nah, seriously, like it's because of that because of that connection with Glove is why I have a connection with you. So again, just thank you for all that you do and everything that you've done, especially for me.
Thank you, kid.
Yes, ma'am. And I said that I was going to try to stay under 3 hours. Here we are at 3 hours.
3 hours.
Don't do that. We told you in the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, this is why
do you know when you need to wrap it up?
Right. Yeah. We can keep going.
I know it. But at the same time, I did put in that agenda that I gave y'all. It ain't going to exceed 4. So that's why I brace myself. Like, I don't want to be here 3 hours, but if we got to, I know we ain't going to be here 4. But still, I can't appreciate you ladies enough. So as we end the pod, I just wanted to say, one, please be sure that you ladies stay vigilant in your work. Continue to just have fun with this shit. Whatever negative aspects come with that, if there's any comments that come your way, if someone's trying to be a troll, all you got to do is just text me and let me know, and I'll come and I'll put a motherfucker in check. Like, he's like, yo, what's really good? Like, you ain't about to talk to any of these 5 ladies right here and not have to deal with me. That's all I'm gonna say. And continue to just do what you put your mind to. love what you do. And then, of course, Courtney said this at the beginning of the pod, so we're going to say it at the end. Just be easy on yourself. Don't stress. Don't, put yourself in situations where you feel like you're overwhelmed or overtaxed. Just have fun and continue to enjoy the time that you have with the people that you love. I really can't say anything more than that, but just to continue to kill the game, because what y'all are doing right now is amazing. We don't see enough Black women collaborate and coincide like y'all do. And so I appreciate what y'all are doing right now. And I'm going to be continuously tapped in, locked in, and watching whatever y'all have to do. And shoot, there might be a time where I might ask y'all to come back, because there's a lot of questions that I had that I'm like, we definitely can't get to.
Yeah.
We can do a part 2. We can do a part 2.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Because there's a lot of fun questions that I had. I was just like, dang it, for the sake of time, we got to cut it short. But yeah, I definitely appreciate y'all. So with that, are there any other content creators that y'all want to shout out, or any business owners, of course, Black businesses preferred, that y'all want to shout out real quick? And then how can everybody keep up with y'all and follow y'all?
I guess I'll start. Are we gonna go in order again?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, shout out to Hubtaku. If you're not following Hubtaku, you should be at HBTKU everywhere. And oh gosh, I do feel a little on the spot. I'm trying to think of everybody. Gosh, you said any other Black content creators? Oh
yeah, if you can think of them.
There are so many. There's Kendra.
Yes.
There's Clay. There's Junior. There's oh my brain. There's Soleil. There's Renegatus. There's Rashad.
Fox.
There's I could, oh my goodness. Foxy, I could go on. Whoever I don't get, you guys can get. There are so many amazing Black content creators out there. So many. Just follow everybody Black. Everybody Black.
Everybody Black.
Yeah, follow everybody Black. And you can follow me at Kris Madarame. It's spelled like Madarame. If you're an anime fan, Ikaku Madarame is like my man. So that's where I got the Kris Madarame from. So you can follow me at Kris Madarame on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere, basically. I stay on Twitter the most. That is my favorite. But Twitch, obviously, is also where I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm always there. Unless I have to cancel a stream because sometimes I'm tired or I got some shit going on, but usually I'm very consistent. And if I do have to cancel, I let people know. Yes, and on time, always gotta have that. But yeah, I always let people know if I do have to cancel, which isn't very often though. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any other businesses though. So at the very end, if I think of one, I'll pop it in or throw it in there.
Well, Kris got most of the people to shout out. I mean, I could also shout out
hard. There's so many.
Vonnie streams. I hate Vonnie. You did say like Clay Jr. and all of them. Shit, who else? AP so running Rebel, like she streams. That you got everyone. That's all I got.
Jasmine, Princess Jasmine, or her name is Princess No Bubblegum.
Princess No Bubblegum. Yes, yes, her. Yes. Yeah, that's all I got right now off the top of my head. Damn, it's so many people.
It's hard on the spot. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I want to shout out my girls that are gonna start streaming soon. So I know Shelby is, Simply Janine, and then I think Tati was talking about Tati Sprout. She's going to start streaming. I don't know when. TBA. But those are also good ones too. But you can find me on by Simone Malcolm on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all the social media platforms. I stream Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. CST, and then every other Friday. It really just depends on how I feel. 7 p.m. CST as well. That day's really up in the air. And then Saturday at 11 a.m. CST, where we have our old school anime watch parties, where we watch older anime. I just actually finished watching Akira today for the first time, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So there's that. Also, I'm part of a pod, Shougo High. We do have Twitter Spaces. every other Friday at 7:30 p.m. CST, 8:30 p.m. EST. I am also a part of that's on Twitter Spaces, but you can also download the episodes on all DSPs. And then I have a podcast with my very good friends Soul and Zuko at this point, called Diary of a Mad Black Nerd. So it's just we just talk about whatever. We nerd out on like other shit outside of anime, but like pop culture, comics for them, Star Wars, all that shit. And that's all downloadable on all DSPs as well. Jesus, I do a lot. And then so follow Slice of Anime. I'm one of the niggas over there. So Slice of Anime, it's a collective of Black people. It's a network. Yeah, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Slice of Anime. Thank you.
I'm gonna try to only keep it to Black women. So those anime girls,
Yes,
T
Gang.
T and Bria.
Don't forget T and Bria.
My girls.
Yes.
I'm also
Yes,
gonna
right?
shout out.
Love them.
I'm also gonna shout out Yuki. Her username is Yuki the Ninja on Twitter. She has started her own consulting company trying to get content creators hooked up with partnerships.
Nice.
So I am definitely gonna shout her out. Oh my gosh. You guys have kind of said everybody else. Sav, NPC Sav, Raven. Her name is Raven_Goddess on Twitter. Like you guys said, with Shelby, Simply Janine, she has by the time this pod airs, it won't even matter. But if you are into the good stuff, hit her up. If you know, you know. Usagi, aka Keisha, the Black Usagi on Twitter. I mean, Kels, Ken, Kayla, like all of our girls for real, honestly. Alfie, Lexi, all of our fanfic writers. So I do a Salacious Saturday stream. I haven't done it recently, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's because I've been playing games more, and that takes a lot of my energy. Like reading out loud first is a lot of work, but reading sex is a lot of work out loud. So I've taken a break from that, but I'll definitely be back after my little break. But all of my girls who are out here just, you know, putting their pen to paper or taking that leap where they feel like they want to put words to paper and don't have the confidence to do so, I hope that you will see what we're out here trying to do and that you will do the same thing. And you guys have already shouted out Kendra, but Kendra literally is like mod of the year. She just recently started streaming. She is like one of the sweetest people that I've ever had the pleasure to get to know. At DreamCon, we were like attached at the hip because we stayed at the same hotel. So I've gotten, you know, like really used to talking to a lot of people who we've just been able to like connect with on the timeline. So getting to know them outside of that has been really beautiful. And obviously the Corner 5, we do block parties randomly, but obviously follow us all individually. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I don't know what time. Don't ask me. I usually co-stream on TikTok, but for some reason, like my layout has been really weird. Like the what is it called? The upload or something, whatever they call those things. Like the vertical thing that I use. Yeah, like the vertical like plug-in that I've been using hasn't been working. So I haven't been streaming on TikTok, but I will try to get back on that when I get home. Same username. None of my friends watch. Acronym anime, all spelled out, one word. I'm mostly on Twitter because I'm a writer, so I prefer to write everything out. And I don't take a lot of pictures, but I hope to see you around. I appreciate you. If I don't follow back, it's because I get overwhelmed, but I still interact. So
exactly.
I want to shout out Dana, Lady Dana Korn, great cosplayer. Ari the Sundari, she's doing great podcast, merging like the workplace with nerddom. Shout out to Lisa, the Wonder of Anime. Who else? Pinky Sensei. Key, love you down. The Pink Princess. There's just so many, but that's what I got. That's what I said. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh well,
No,
my
You're
more
right.
anime girlies,
Cairo, yes.
a more anime IRL as a fantasy slice of life romance space that we do every other Saturday on Twitter or X. So that's Key, Paris, and Nikki. Nikki also has been streaming, and Paris does her BL space every other Sunday. Love them, real down. And yeah, as for me, I stream every Wednesday and Thursday. Around 7:30 p.m. And I think that's about it. On cosplay, you can find me at Pfeiffer Rage. That's PHYFER Rage on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Oh, and of course, shout out to Lenani, formerly known as Bad Waifu. I'm a brand ambassador for them. A woman, Black-owned business, has some really nice kind of like anime themed clothing. And if you so happen to shop with them and want a discount, my code is Pfeiffer. Save you some money.
Let's go.
Hey.
I love it.
Love it.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. So with that, we will go ahead and just end the podcast by doing the rundown. Now, the rundown, of course, for those who don't know, this is where we shout out all of the podcast content creators, Black artists, and of course, Black businesses that have either supported this podcast or have been a part of this podcast at one point or another. So with that, Shougo High, y'all already know what time it is. And again, I have two of my co-hosts here, the first ladies of Shougo High, always know how to make it a good time. So inside the mind of a blurred, you already know what it is, gang. Please be sure that, of course, you subscribe to Inside the Mind of a Blurred's Patreon as well. Mic Check, Waifu, Worst Generation Pod, and Bland Anime Podcast. Those are three podcasts that I am a Patreon subscriber to. So I also suggest that you check them out and become a Patreon subscriber as well. A big shout out to Mic Check, Waifu. And I know Polo and Tel, they always be showing love. So I definitely want to be sure that I'm showing it back to y'all. Appreciate y'all, brothers. Truth and Transparency Podcast with Brother X, the Culture Scientist, and Mr. Smith. K Renee, she's actually getting ready again to drop the podcast. I believe the podcast now is called Life of K, but again, if it's a change in that, I will let you all know. But be sure that you check out her novellas under the pen name Sedona Rose, which is now available on Amazon Kindle. Goodness gracious. It's So Real with Rokel and Onaji. Dad Needs to Talk with Rob, the father of Vash. Big shout out to Animalytical, where shit gets critical. Shout out to Geek Set Podcast, Anime Junkies, 3 Weebs in a podcast. Big shout out again to those anime girls, Bria and T. I always do that. I don't know why. Y'all know that I know better at this point because Bria knows that I know better. But still, definitely shout out to you. I think because Bria and T rolls off the tongue so well, so I have to. I'm gonna have to switch it up to be like, all right, T and Bria.
You can say B and T. She goes by B as well.
Yeah,
you can do B and T.
That'll probably be better. So yeah, and then of course, shout out to my boy Joshua Mills and his podcast, The Commute. Now for our Black content creators, Off Black Mag with Aaron, HBCU Anime with Evan, Sundari, she's been going crazy. So big shout out to Ari and what she's doing. Cerberus Entertainment, Tatted Poodle, you already know what it is. Please be sure that y'all check her out. The Geechee Gamer, please be sure that y'all check her out on Twitch. I'm talking too fast. Icarus Metro Comics with my boy Calvin. You already know Hubtaku already got a shout out, but again, we are shouting them out again. So shout out to the entire gang over there at Hubtaku. We appreciate the work that y'all done. Shelby done got like 5 shout outs on this already, but she's on the list. So please, big shout out to Shelby for Simply Janine, Simply Baked, and Rose Less Traveled. Be sure that y'all check her out whenever she begins her streaming journey. Shout out to my boy Strange Keith with Idols to Icons. Of course, big shout out to Toasty Marshmallow, and big shout out to Scuba Steve and Alpha for Blurred Mind Productions. And now, Simone with By Simone Malcolm, Courtney with None of My Friends Watch Anime, Fire with Fire for Rage, Kris at Kris Madarame, and Sham at One Punch Sham. Gotta add those 5. Again, y'all gotta add those 5. For our Black artists, shout out to our very own NASA, my boy Scoozy, Jack Union, Phil.me, Ellis Quinn, who actually just dropped the EP not too long ago. Shout out to the boy RJ Stackhouse, who also dropped a video not too long ago as well. Shout out to the boy Quarter, to my man Tyrone Leak Jr., who is of course, the brainchild behind the intro to the Chaotic Culture podcast. Shout out to Ari Lachelle, my boy Zach Hines and Fortresses. Shout out to my girl Elena, and of course, shout out to my girl Zaynab. And then for Black businesses, already paid by Dre, Fresh Nurse, Righteous Minds by Timo, KSS Brand by Christina, Cream Cosmetics by Naima, Mind Over Money by Tremaine, Studio Maho by Pat Yin, Concept Moon, She Designs Too with my girl Erin, Black Magic Lit Wands with my girls Low and T, H4 Creative by my girl Z, and big shout out to Zenobia for being my co-host for the music roundtable last week. I appreciated you for joining me like all the time. And Real Estate Stone by my girl Meredith, Sold by Bell by my girl Mariah. Good vibes, only with NASA, of course, who is a co-host. And shout out to Scrappy Sentiment with my other co-host, Sappy. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Chaotic Culture Podcast on your favorite DSP. Be sure that you subscribe to the Patreon for early access to the podcast and bonus episodes. You can subscribe at any of the 4 levels listed, whether it be $3, $5, $7, or $10. Once again, we appreciate your support. You can follow us on Facebook at Chaotic Culture Podcast. You can also follow us on IG at Chaotic Culture Pod and follow us on X/Twitter at Chaotic_Culture. You can follow me, Ked the Pro. That's K3D the Pro on all social media. You can follow Miss Nasa at I'm Nakaso on all social media. You can follow Law on IG at L.JR_96 and on Twitter at Law96_. You can follow Sappy at Scraps14 on all social media. You can follow Jay at all social media at Lee Trey. You can follow Steve at Scuba Steve 1428 on all social media. And this has been another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. So once again, to the Corner 5, I appreciate you ladies. I'm going to ask Courtney if she's comfortable doing a thing.
Doing what?
You already
saying
know.
Your tag?
Not even my tag. I wanted to say your tag. Our tag is already going to be at the end anyway, but I definitely wanted to get y'all's tag off.
This is a Corner Girl production. Ow.
Hey.
Ow.
Hey. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Until next time, folks, remember, embrace the culture. Chaos rules. Be blessed. Be safe. God is love. We out.
Thank you.
It's the KKP on your mother flipping airways. Hear the name ringing through the halls and the stairways. You were listening to a pod that can segue. All the latest topics guaranteed to fill your headspace. It's a safe place to voice your opinion. Say what you feel just like you're a kid again. Kid the Pro and friends black as obsidian. Chaotic culture, that's the world we living in. So what's the word?
You are now tuned in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast. And